Hello and welcome everybody to Aurora Stadium for today's big game between Hawthorn and St.Kilda. As you can see, the three premiership flags, 3 in a row unfurled for the Tasmanian Hawks down there. What an amazing record for the Hawthorn Football Club. Heading to a record equaling fourth premiership is what they want to do. Not only have they got the premiership flags down there in Tasmania, but they've won their last 15 in a row on this ground. In fact, 22 of 23 in Tasmania. Nick Revolt had that slight concussion last week, has been talking non-stop. He was doing a lot of the talking before the game in the coach's room, gives them the last instructions. This team believes this is where they can set their standard for season 2016 against the standard bearers, the Hawthorn Football Club. Let's go down to Tasmania now. Brad Johnson and Alistair Lynch are calling the action for us today. Good afternoon, boys. A little bit blowy as it always is down in Tasmania, but apart from that, wonderful conditions, old-fashioned footy conditions for today's game between Hawthorn and St.Kilda.
Thank you, Ed. It absolutely is brilliant here. The ground is immaculate, as we've gone through in the pre-game as well, Lynchy. But when you look at Hawthorn, I think it's their response over the last couple of weeks, which has been the outstanding part. They got beaten by the Cats in round one, but to respond against some serious contenders in West Coast and the Bulldogs has been impressive.
Well, spot on. After 1 week with a few injuries, everyone was starting to question, are the Hawks going to fall away? Well, they don't. It's all about the system. It's not about the personnel, and they're led so well by some superstar players.
Speaking of that, look at us, Lynchy, right in amongst the Hawks as they make their way out onto the ground. Stop yourself from giving a couple of high fives. But
well, you can tell they're getting a lot bigger these days. Sammy Mitchell at the back of the pack going very nicely.
Yeah, a little bit of a wink from Sam, but you mentioned there, Skipper, it's great that he's back in the lineup.
It's amazing that he's had 2 weeks off. He's had the plate put in to his arm, and he's looking forward to getting back out there. He probably doesn't have to. Quite rightly, he could have a couple more weeks off, but he wants to lead his team.
Yeah, it is brilliant. I tell you, one of the leaders is their coach, Alistair Clarkson. Here he is with Dwayne Russell.
Alistair, no changes, so as selected?
Yeah, we're looking forward to this contest. You know, the Saints were really good last week, and we had a real tight tussle against the Western Bulldogs, so a good chance to try and back up that victory.
And you've got some old and some new back. You've got Howe and O'Brien in as well as Hodgie, so you're always trying to blend in a little bit of new as well as the old to keep it going.
Yeah, a couple of those boys have been around our club for a little time now, and had a bit of a taste of senior footy last year and the year before, and we're hoping to get another chance today and put their best foot forward.
And a fast kind of game we expect today?
Well, the conditions look like it's going to be a good day for footy. So, and the way the Saints played last week, you know, they enjoyed it play that way, and so do we. So, hopefully we'll see a good brand of footy and Hawthorn victory.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, mate.
What about when you look across their forward line, Lynchy, and the work that Sicily's done over the last couple of weeks? Kicked 4 and then 2 weeks ago against West Coast, but his last quarter last week, that's helping with the way they're getting over the line.
That just reinforces how good the Hawks are. They were under pressure of the Western Bulldogs that Eddie had last week at 3/4 time, but it was Sicily and some of the younger players that stood up. 7 goals to 3 that last quarter, turned everything around, and they went on to a great win on the back of the youngsters.
Well, let's turn our attention now to the St Kilda Football Club, and what better way to start than with their coach, Alan Richardson. Here he is with Ben Dixon.
Alan, you come in with some pretty good form, but you're coming up against a strong outfit. I think your defence, obviously your transition out defence has been a real strength. It's going to test it today, isn't it?
Yeah, look, we know that their term defence is strong. It's a little bit different to what we were confronted with last week. Certainly Hawthorn are much more aggressive in the way they front, so it won't be the hit-up. It'll more potentially be at the back. We had that against Port Adelaide in round 1. We think we've got the weapons to be able to counter it. Time will tell.
You had 19 marks inside 50 last week. I know Gibson's out. You're probably going to find that difficult today. But the midfield's pretty critical in terms of obviously converting on the scoreboard.
Oh, most definitely. If we don't get quality ball and just have to bang it in and under pressure, it's going to be hard for our forwards. But the reality is that'll happen a lot. When we can, though, we're going to look to be creative. We're going to look to chain out with handball from stoppage when we can and try and get as many quality looks as we can.
We'll get no better opportunity with the ground you've got out here at the moment. I mean, what a magnificent deck.
Yeah, no, it's in great Nick, magnificent day. I think every footy turn that comes down, he loves playing on this deck. It's a ripper, so no excuses.
Good luck, Richo.
Thanks, mate.
Last week against, when St Kilda played last week against the Pies, it was the character and the courage. They were the two things that stood out. Will we see that again today?
Well, I hope so. And we saw a lot of it in round 1 as well against Port Adelaide. They went down in that game. The challenge is when you come up against a superpower like Hawthorn is trust your own game. You don't want to break off and go one-on-one and be protective of your own spot. So I think if they trust their own game, trust their systems, it'll be a very close game. So that's what they have to do. They play a great offensive style of game. They've got a couple of key players out that's going to expose slows them down back. So have a look for someone like Montagna to do a lockdown roll and maybe a Rioli, which is going to be a big ask.
Quick tip, Lynchy.
Oh, I've got to go the Hawks. How can you tip against the Hawks?
Yeah, very strong with the Hawks as well. Plenty of stars on show here at Aurora Stadium in Tassie today. Time for a break. We'll be back with the first bounce right after this.
Perfect conditions expected all afternoon. And the word champion is thrown around a little. I know I throw it around a bit, but these two guys are two of the all-time greats, captaining these two teams this afternoon. Both coming off injuries. Luke Hodge back into the lineup after that broken wrist. You can see the strapping over the top of the guard, and of course Nick Riewoldt coming back from that concussion. Ben Dixon's going to be doing the boundary line for us this afternoon. Welcome back to you, Dicko.
Thanks, Dwayne. I'm excited about this one because St Kilda have brought a pretty strong brand of footy so far this year. Last week we saw it in flight against Collingwood, but just have a look at their ball movement out of defence. They've kept the ball moving. They've got any chance against the Hawks today, it's got to keep rolling. They change lanes, they switch the ball. You'll see they're getting one-on-ones, but they're getting space on their opponents because of the speed of ball movement. They'll get it long, down to their forward option in Sam Gilbert. We'll just flick the play around here. So they're outnumbered 3-1. But they get the front square option. Sam follows up, weighted numbers, and they've got some isolation. Then they get their hands on it and get a goal. That's what they've got to do against the Hawks. No Gibson today. You're not going to get any chop-out marks. So you're going to get your opportunities when you go forward. But you have to transition. You have to take it across the ground. Give yourselves every opportunity to find all the space to go direct to goal.
Thanks, Dicko. As we have a look at the ins and outs for Hawthorn, Hodge O'Brien, his first game since 2014. Howe comes into the side, and the omissions, O'Rourke, Schoenmakers and Gibson out with a hamstring. Just pulled up a bit sore after the game at Etihad last week. And amazingly, Luke Hodge out there on the ground. Incredible, just missed the 2 weeks. St Kilda's ins, Lee, Templeton, Akers, Roberton, who sat out the last quarter last week, Webster and Dunstan, one of their very good contributors over the last few weeks, young Dunstan as well. But he's been the big talking point.
Nick Riewoldt up on the wing to start this game. It's a battle of the wings here, I reckon. The way that Smith plays and Hartung out on the wings, their metres gained, they're masters at it. And that's where St Kilda need to hold strength this afternoon. Riewoldt is a power runner, we know that.
He's been out on that wing for about an hour now, pre-game, roaming around doing the normal warm-up for him. Segler, O'Brien and Sicily all inside 50 for Hawthorn, so it's a little bit different a forward line.
Speaking of superstars,
yeah,
there's another one, Burgoyne, just seems to be getting better every year.
Game 299 this afternoon for Sean Burgoyne, so the 300th milestone next week against Adelaide at the MCG. But this is about to get going in perfect conditions. McAvoy, the X8, Hickey knocks it down. Tuopolo, a clearance of sorts, can count it. Speaking of X's, Savage, little flick wide. Billings is playing off half forward, so it's quickly down. Armitage slipped as that one was smothered. That's a ripper tackle from Billings, holding the ball.
Yeah, it was the second tackle in, wasn't it? That's why he was awarded holding the ball. Broke through the first one, Shields, but could not get through the second one of Billings.
A good start here against this 2-goal breeze is critical for the Saints.
So Bruce and McCartan, two key forwards. Hickey down there as well, waiting for a bomb if Montagna wants to give it long. Goes with a handball to Ross instead. Now the bomb. Hickey's about to jump, and Bruce front spot. Hickey backed out with it. Still a chance. Sinclair wrapped up. Mitchell, McAvoy. Some poise in defence. A little wobbly with that disposal from Gunston, a long way down, helping out.
That's a good start from St Kilda. They take pride in trying to hold, as most teams do, hold the ball in their forward 50.
So Bruce, McCartan up from behind. But hands free, Bruce. And Bruce comes up with the crumb. Here's Hodgie for his first touch. Back from the broken wrist and slammed into the deck early. McAvoy, Lewis, Hodge, tucked into the boundary. A little more central perhaps than he would have liked. Gunston tries to keep it rolling. Got Geary a little high, but the umpire obviously thought he played for it. And there's your high one. So Hawthorn's ball. Umpires today, Lee Fisher, Andrew Stevens and Troy Pennell. O'Brien. into the lineup this week, and he thumps it. Rioli could sit on a head here. There you go. Plays on quickly. Segler his target, or he left it in the end for Sicily. Stephen, they get out of jail here, and Younes, well, that'll be coming back.
It's a good jump by Cyril. You picked it. Dwayne, as soon as he got that opportunity to take 2 or 3 steps to launch at it, up he went, and you can see there, pure jump over Geary, and then holds his feet, able to stay in the game. Should have been marked by Sicily with his short pass.
Frawley long. That's a top as well.
That's what you want to see from a defender.
Absolute monster from Dempster.
He got the second ride too then, the second lift.
He's been such a good player over the last handful of years. Undersized key defender, keeps getting the job done.
We could be in for a cracker here. With the pace they're setting early, taken out was Loney. We'll get a ball in.
Well, have a look at this from Sean Dempster. Comes back and takes a big jump, and that's what you're always told by your coaches. If you're clear, your hands are clear, why would you punch it? That's a good grab.
Yeah, don't see that enough from defenders. I'm sure coaches don't want to see it all that much, but we do. Mitchell just pokes this one inside 50. Sicily down there. Dumped away from him. High contact, Hawthorn free. A little untidy in the end.
Clumsy there. Dempster was around, but may have been against Dempster. And just generates a shot on goal for Hawthorn for the first time in this quarter.
Dempster just had to hold his feet down and stand over the top rather than trying to dive in on top. He got the spoil. It was a great effort from him. And then in the end, he just didn't need to go to ground to create contact.
This young man looks composed when he has shots for goal.
Gave them the perfect finish last week. The goal that won the game. Can't give them the perfect start this week.
I thought that should fix him.
Straight away. Got aim at the right-hand goalpost, kicking towards that end. From that pocket there, put it at the right goalpost and let the wind do the work for you.
Yes, spot on, Jono, about the wind. So it is going left of screen. It's probably only a couple of goals, but you'll notice when the Hawks win the toss, they always go left of screen just to get their start nice and fast against their opposition. I also want to mention Shane Savage. We've seen a couple of times St Kilda coming in, just looking inside for him. I think he's going to be a bit of a red jumper today. His metres gain's been the most of any Saint so far this season, and they'll need to break a line. So I think he'll go. He'll be one of the players that St Kilda will look for in this one.
Hickey and Segler tie up. Both had an arm over a shoulder.
Oh, that's 50.
And it is.
And Shane Savage obviously involved with the trade for McAvoy, former Hawk. Tom Hickey, the former Gold Coast son.
Arm over the shoulder there from Segler.
Pick 18 also involved with the McAvoy swap, so Luke Dunstan picked up with that. Short pass inside 50 is delightful, and Sinclair.
Now, this will be just on his range. It'll probably just fall right on the line, so need big, strong bodies on the line, certainly from a defensive point of view. Hawthorn will be looking to have jumpers running into this contest.
This will tell us what the breeze might do all afternoon. From the paint. Got plenty on it, but it's wide.
Just tried to overkick it a fraction.
You can just see him behind there. Hodgie getting caught out there. Sinclair on the lead. Hodgie thinking going down the line. Good cutback from Sinclair on the lead.
Kick in found Rioli, who finds Gunston. He thumps it. O'Brien in a one-on-one. O'Brien gets it back. Little bump on Howe. He's also back into the lineup this week. Mitchell, Lewis, Geary. Tight contest at the moment. Weller gets it out. Savage, Rewalt, now the overlap. Sinclair. He sits it on Bruce's head, but he's good enough.
He's well protected from behind as well. They're getting numbers to the contest, the Saints. Just at the moment, outnumbering Hawthorn.
Rewalt. So Hickey's pushed all the way back to the square now. It's not in his direction, and it's a turnover. Hodge. Nice float in. McCartan, brilliant tackle. Dumping tackle there. Play on advantage. Loney.
Whenever you're coming up against the Hawks, you just got to take those half chances. Really difficult, obviously, but if you can just get a few of those half chances through, puts pressure on the Hawks.
Straight down the middle. Fortune favours the Brave here. Litherland. We saw Birchall, who's a local boy back home here in Tassie. He'll be enjoying being back here. They've got the overlap. Gunston looks up. Bruce, inside, that's perfection from defence. And to finish it all off is Sicily.
That was really well worked from Hawthorn. To their credit, the St Kilda defenders actually worked really hard deep to cover, I think it was O'Brien, very deep, but the midfield wave of Hawthorn came through and no one was covering them. So they worked hard, the Saints, but probably the midfield was caught asleep in the middle of the ground.
Every game this year so far, James Sicily, 3 goals last week. And he has been able to sneak that in, get his confidence back.
That's better, Lynchy. You didn't put the boss on him that time. Nice and quiet with that set shot.
I told you he looked composed when he had the ball in hand going for goals. But great build-up, and just see, this is where the uncontested marks and picking the right options. So see, St Kilda defenders go deep, but then the lead pushed up from Sicily just into that corridor, 40 metres out from goal. And that is a beautiful kick in action. And he'll play plenty of football and kick plenty of goals if he keeps that up.
Started with their kick out as well. I know that they dropped the mark at centre-half back, but the drop mark actually created run from that point, and they got the ball out wide, and we know that they can zigzag the ball perfectly down the field, Hawthorn, when given time and space and when they do create that overlap.
McAvoy, Hickey, got a palm on it. Couldn't get it down decisively. Stephen extracts it. Geary. Rewalt lurking at half-back. Savage,
oh, missed it.
Mongrel, Harter. And they might make them pay. Rioli within range, well and truly.
And there is no club better in the competition that setting up behind the ball and ready for a turnover. And exactly what Hawthorn did. Turnover, hit the target inside 50.
The way they play, so damaging on that turnover, Alistair, it's almost as if they want you to have the ball initially, so you get caught out on the turnover. No one's set in defence when everybody's running forward. Rioli, that's a good strike. Magnificent.
It's a great goal in the end. In terms of what you spoke about, but then it's also the forwards resetting on the turnover as quick as possible, because there's Rioli in the middle of the ground coming up to Savage. He identifies that first. Look at him go. And there's another forward there. I think it's O'Brien or Sicily going with him. So that's what happens on the back of turnover. Savage has got to be a lot better in that situation. Time and space against the Hawks. You've got to hit your next target. You can't afford to miss it.
You're spot on. And I think from the time when you played, at times you were a spectator as a player. Certainly since Dwayne and I started, you used to watch half the game, but Hawthorn are the very best team at not spectating at all. They use the ball well, but as soon as they get rid of the ball, they think about the next play.
Yep.
Perfect ball up, Gilbert back. So they get the clearance. Ross, although, made it tough for Montagna. Savage keeps it wide. And a good fist away by Hodge Sinclair.
They are winning centre bounces at the moment, so that's a plus now for St Kilda. They need to capitalise on it. That was better. At least they get the ball to half-forward flank now, where they can work through and try and win another stoppage in this situation. Pump it into their big forwards.
The top 10 AFL, VFL game players of all time, Brad Johnson and the 3-time premiership star Alistair Lynch with us this afternoon. Great to have your company wherever you're watching around the land. It's a delight to be here in Launceston, 21-degree day. First home game here of the year for the Hawks. Mitchell. Little nudge into O'Brien's back there. He'll get a free.
Well picked up, not required either at all from Lee. He just did not need to push in there. He knew Dempster was going to make that contest, mark or spoil. Wasn't required to give away that easy free kick.
Ran himself into trouble and into Lee. And good holding of the ground again by Dempster to Rewalt.
Not a great option, that handball. Rewalt was going away from goals and had no options.
Because look where they are now. That ball is in trouble.
That's almost ball. It is ball. And the Hawk fans who have packed this stadium are loving this start.
It's a great call, Lynchy, because they're at centre, they're at half-back flank. That ball should be at the logos now, not in that back pocket there. From that receive from Rewalt, pushes them too far in defence. Hawthorn press up.
It's hard if Rewalt calls.
That's the thing, two experienced players, and we'll touch on that after this shot for goal, but a mistake down back.
So 10-metre exclusion zone in 2016 allows him to open up the angle, and in theory should make it easier.
Yeah, it should do. But going back to that one, Dempster's handball, if an experienced player and your skipper like Nick Rewalt calls for the ball, you're going to give it. But the problem was he's running away from goal and had no options. And also, he's on his left foot. So that was the error. So that put the rest of the defence under the pump.
Straight down the middle against the breeze. McCartan has to go. Hands on it. Gilbert. And it works. Minchington, Stephen. Open forward line. Weller, there's no one ahead of him. He kicks a long bomb. Rewald's got to have to get up there. Made the ground and marked it. Sensational.
So at one end, we were slightly critical because of the call, but he's worked extremely hard up that far wing to get there and almost take an uncontested mark. Came over the top, took a nice easy chest mark and has a shot for goal, 35 metres out dead in front. Now, a slight breeze in his face. And we know, because he covers so much territory, he often has these shots totally exhausted.
Only got 30 seconds to suck in the deep breaths, but that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Coast-to-coast transition, big kick out down the middle of the ground. And what I liked was the representation at ground level then from St Kilda. You've spoken already about them outnumbering at the contest. They had to do it here, and then they got on their bike. There's Rewalt running across the Toyota logo, as you can see on the far side.
Well, Weller only just came into shot, so he's worked really hard from behind the ball, identified where the dangerous spot was for Hawthorn.
Yep.
They were exposed, and he kicked it as hard as he could out in front of Nick Rewalt. Really good play from a number of St Kilda players, and that is trust in their system. Definitely. They weren't panicked and staying defensively. They ran probably optimistically, but they needed the support, and it worked.
And dispels any doubt about him playing after being cussed last week. He's in full flight. Hickey knocks it down. They're up and running now. Bang. Good tackle.
He's the wave
coming
again,
off the square, but they've got the numbers.
Yep.
Akers.
Of space.
Minchington.
Sorry.
Nearly went over our head. Minchington looks back, and there's the kick that they obviously want to do to open it up to the other side. Fisher.
This is a bit of vision I showed before the game, boys. If you keep this ball rolling, you'll get out. But if they hold it up at any stage, Hawthorn will just set themselves. And it's very difficult if the ball stops to get out.
So Rewalt does some protecting there. Howe came over and a good fist. Segler to Howe after he got it from Mitchell. Billings. All out of play. But as Ben Dixon told you, about a 2-goal breeze blowing the Hawks' way in this opening term. They've done reasonably well, the Saints.
Well, I think they have. I think the majority of the game has been played in St Kilda's forward half. Inside 56 apiece. Disposals 10+ in favour of the Saints.
Segler, the little palm back. Puopolo. Howe. Mitchell. Akers turns it over. O'Brien.
Yes, that's right. Good tackle. And again, the wave of defensive players coming in for the Saints just put pressure on the ball carrier, which is something you just have to do all the time against the Hawks because they're so highly drilled and skilled as well.
There's the kick backwards to Lee. Well, that's
the polar opposite.
Yeah, horrendous. Smith dances his way through the 50 and drills it.
And Smith was one of those players last week that when he was put as the extra across half-back, he gave him the extra run, and so he was able to carry the ball through the Western Bulldogs' defence. And on that occasion, we see him run from behind on this turnover, and he's run from 50 metres behind to provide an option, similar to what Weller did for the last goal for the Saints. And yeah, Smith rarely misses. Great goal.
The reason why Hawthorn got back into the game round 1 versus Geelong was his run in that third quarter.
Yeah.
It was him and Hartung that got things going in that game. Last week, 2 weeks ago against West Coast, his run again. This week, all of a sudden, it's so critical to the way that they get their outside run, their uncontested ball, and break the lines.
Good battle in the ruck at the moment. Someone's lost their mouth guard, just got flung out in the middle of the ground. Lewis. Birchall. Burgoyne. Weller got him. Had to go back. Frawley. Rewalt comes at him. Bruce comes at him. Stratton. Brilliant tackle from behind. Had to be ball, surely. He dropped it.
Had to be.
Bruce might still work. Stephen. A bounce. McCartan lays a strong tackle. He was concussed last week.
Yeah, great to see him back out there, passed the tests all week. And if that last one wasn't going to be paid for holding the ball, that one certainly wasn't. But good to see the young fella putting defensive pressure on.
Lewis from Hawthorn, but again, there's that pressure. Intensity's lifted too high. St Kilda free.
I just saw Loney went down. He's got a whack in the head, I think, and he'll cop the free kick.
It's a free kick with the Saints here.
Here we go.
Yeah,
we'll just see.
It's a bit of an...
Oh, nothing.
Yep.
Might have been accidental.
Hodge thinks it's his free.
Yeah, just where Luke Hodge has the bandage on his forearm.
I'm not sure how much of the head it actually got.
Wasn't a lot of it
either. I think he threw himself back a little bit, but...
Well, if he's put mayo on it, this is where that fine system should come in. But it did appear live that it was a high contact, but we'll go over the tape, Jono.
Jack Loney. 25 out. Gee, made the goal up by a worry for a second, but he splits the middle.
Just a bit of an explanation from the umpire to Luke Hodge. Here it is here. Takes the ball, puts his arm up there. Might have clipped one on the chin, I think.
I'll give him that.
That's fair enough. Not a lot in it, but it was a high contact now. This is when the last time the Saints knocked over the Hawks down here at Aurora Stadium. Ross Lyon was the coach. It was round 19 way back in 2009. Very different day. Yeah, wet and windy. Stephen Milne was one of the stars.
McAvoy, a big player too for St Kilda, now playing with the Hawks.
Zach Dawson, also with the Saints.
Zach Dawson.
Very pumped.
Of course, this was their home ground for a while, the Saints as well. So they don't mind playing here. High bomb inside 50, knocked down. Langford, Puopolo. Good attack from both players there. Fisher drags him down after the initial hard attack. There's been some events down here over time. Siren Gate was at this ground, of course, the game that wasn't decided until the Tuesday.
That was big time on that day.
Yeah.
We've had cameramen having to get off all the towers with the lightning strike. Some great games.
And again, this surface is spectacular. They really are presenting magnificent arena for the AFL. Hodge floats in after Akers cleared it.
I think this also was the venue where Tasmania rolled Victoria in the mid-60s.
Good of you to give that a little run, Alistair.
Yeah, it's only happened twice.
Old Tasmanian boy, proud of his heritage. Long bomb inside 50 again. McAvoy, Segler, hands on it. Geary at the back. Super tackle. Ball hits the deck. And we'll get a ball up.
It's tight and tough at the moment. Both sides are cracking in. St Kilda got the edge in tackling at the moment. I think their run-down tackles have been impressive in this first quarter, just trying to close down Hawthorn as quickly as possible.
Ross scrambles it clear. Rebolt punch from behind, it'll work. Just couldn't find his target, Minchin. Hodge cut it off. Burgoyne, Smith in some space.
Stratton, extra.
Lewis. Maybe just too far out there. Hits the square though.
Holding.
Free kick Hawthorn.
Yeah, just as the two Hawthorn players were going at the ball, there was holding on Segler. Sicily might have got a bit of an arm grab as well, but Segler will get the free kick dead in front. So a lot of pressure. When you get the ball in quick to the top of the goal square, it puts enormous pressure on the defence.
Especially when you don't have the ability to roll a number back to help in that situation. It was purely one-on-ones, and Segler got caught up in that, wins the free kick.
And makes no mistake from there with the breeze at his back. Out to a 2-goal margin.
Just pressure, turnover again. Luke Hodge is playing as the spare man at the moment. He's the spare in bringing the ball back in. Got it over to Lewis on that occasion. Just puts under the pressure. See Fisher there with the grab on Segler. Look, not a lot in it, but it's there. So the umpire pays that free kick every time. And you're going to see dangerous spot there. 15, 20 metres out from goal. They've got representation in the air consistently, and they've got it at ground level if that contest is made from the big fellas for the Hawks.
One of those unlucky Hawks, string of premierships, but there's a few trying to get one. Sicily, Segler, Hartung, Howe into the lineup this week. Gets an opportunity to cement a spot, maybe. Armitage caught. Ross dumped. Stephen did well. Little 1-2 was nice. Armitage goes back though again for going forward, and that scramble ends up on a half-back flank, even though they got the clearance from the middle.
Well, they got a one-on-one. Yeah, the pushback's something I think St Kilda got to work on to get some momentum going forward, especially when they've got a forward setup of one-on-one. He could have gone long down the line there. I know it might have been Jack Loney, but at the end of the day, at least he's going to make a contest for you. It's going to be a lot further away from goal.
Ross, slip a handball through. Armitage got his arms free. Ross again. Now it works for them. Advantage paid. Bruce in front of Frawley. Got hands on it. No arm slap free. Yeah, there was. The umpire waited to see if he was going to pounce on the crumb.
Wasn't a heap in that. Bruce would have been disappointed he didn't grab it that first take.
Sends it to the pocket. Templeton sees a slap down. And Sinclair sees it run away.
Templeton was there for a long time. Bruce hesitated a couple of times looking at him. In the end, he pulls the trigger there, and Duray had time to get back to make an effective spoil. That should have been a quick kick to Templeton, who would have been having a set shot if Bruce pulled the trigger straight away.
Templeton back into the lineup this week, as well as a Tassie boy back home. No doubt a few family members here watching this. Rioli.
His dad, Peter, would have come along from Burnie for the trip, no doubt.
You were chatting to about 100 of the locals earlier on, Alistair. It's good to see their old king back home.
It's good to be back home.
Mitchell wobbles one. Shields. Caught. Double gang tackle. Who gets the free? No Pryor. Neither Billings nor Templeton will get it.
Good intensity, good numbers. Clarko a little frustrated in the coach's box.
Armitage. Billings. Ross. Lee. Stephen bought himself some time, and the shimmy. Shake and bake on Shields works, and McCartan, nice float in mark.
Yeah, presented very well there.
Thumps it. Bruce is set. Rewald's there. Hawks getting numbers back. Mitchell. Duray. Hawthorn's free. It'll come back.
Just sloppy. A number of Saints players were there, and so often we see this with the experienced Hawthorn players. They just find a free kick.
Mitchell to Birchall. Yeah, fooled them there. Every Saint ran to this side of the ground, and they went opposite side. Rioli, Hodge have created the loose man. Shields. Scrambler, Segler, Sicily. And a good mark. Billings getting back.
Great cut-off between. That's what you're talking about. All Saints players did come this side, so it's ball watching v thinking about your structure and where the next dangerous Hawthorn opponent could be, and they've got to be better with their ball use by foot as well. The Saints have turned it over a number of times in this area of the ground in the first quarter.
Sicily.
Well, there's a drop-off.
Shields.
Drop-off in concentration just to allow that pass to Shields as well. Just pushed far too deep.
To the square. Gunston floated in from 4 deep. Puopolo claimed he was half-hurled. Good pick-up. Hickey. Handball not so good. Litherland. Crunch.
He's gone.
He is.
I think Tom Hickey was actually starting to think, I shouldn't have picked it up that well. A typical ruckman fumble would have been the best option, but they've got away with that one.
Big 3 minutes coming up here for the Saints. Hawks with a 2-goal breeze, roughly. And the margin about 2 goals with 3 minutes left. Can they hang in? Rioli, pick up and go. Didn't quite get away with it. Litherland tried to slip a handball out. Well played Templeton, got on his way. Savage, Geary, Templeton. Okay, they can reset. Lee. Armitage.
Super kick.
Better kick.
And he looked both sides as well, so assessed the best option. The best option was to at least get the ball 50 metres away from goal, and he hit the target.
Dempster.
Now, if you're going to make a mistake here, it needs to be long and wide.
Well, he's got Bruce long and wide. That's where he's headed, and it might be too long and wide for him.
Well, if you're going to make a mistake, that's probably the spot. 75 from goal.
Stratton down to 2 minutes to quarter time. Good spot to hit. Rioli's coming hard. Got the fist down. Puopolo. Bruce. Arm free. Back to Poppy. Stolen back again. And this will be either Duray or out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, the full, just the weight of numbers here. The Hawks normally score in these situations.
Play on, not 15. Lewis has to go. Dacked as he kicks to the goal square. Massive pack and a beautiful grab from 4 deep by Segler.
How often do the Hawks do that? You were just saying, Dwayne, a couple of minutes to go in the quarter, 2 goals down the Saints. The first quarter's been very even, but the Hawks just pressure on the ball carrier, cause repeat turnovers, repeat forward 50 entries, and someone pops up and takes a good grab, and Segler will just stretch that margin out to 3 goals, which I think realistically puts them ahead for the first term.
It's a big grab, isn't it? Takes courage as well. We talk about courage going back with the flight at times, but to come across the front of the pack like that is a very courageous grab.
For the biggest margin of the game, and Segler has 2.
Just built pressure then, Lynchy, in terms of just St Kilda actually, their first kick out in that whole passage was Lee, I think it was, who hit up Armitage. It was a great kick, but from that point on, it just kept breaking down by foot. They tried to go back and around a number of times. The Saints, Hawthorn just kept coming and coming and coming. Eventually a turnover, back to a dangerous spot. Look at that grab from Segler.
You're going to concede a goal in 30 seconds to kick the ball out in the full twice.
Yeah, that helps. That
75. That makes it really tough. And so the defenders are under siege back there, undersized, under siege. Rewalt goes back now as the extra, as the loose, just trying to shore things up in the last few minutes.
Sicily's actually gone the other end now for Hawthorn as well as a spare.
Segler into the ruck after the goal. Minchington held up and got a kick away. Bruce for all his fist. Lewis knocks it on. Hartung, well, this will be interesting. It doesn't roll out. So Montagna put his hands in the air, pleading for deliberate, and he could well have run and got it.
Yeah. I want to see moving forward the person that stops and shepherds it over line. A free kick against him, because he's the one stopping it.
Deliberately making it go out.
Yeah, letting it go out. So
Segler knocks it down to Ross, who's had plenty of it. Nunes. Loney. McCartan under some pressure. Hodge.
There's Sicily. He's going back as the spare, as we said. I think it's smart from Alistair Clarkson. St Kilda are going to have a slight breeze in the second quarter. Doesn't want them to get a late one on the board either.
Didn't strike that all that well. Montagna and Rioli knocks it out. Geary. Rewalt, seconds tick down. 20 left. Ross back again. Maybe one last chance for the Saints. Gilbert towards Bruce. Got there late. Kept it in front. Just knocked away from Minchington. Howe, Mitchell, Segler, Birchall, bang! Templeton wraps him up. No prior opportunity, and that should do us. Quality first turn, though. The best team in the comp for the last 3 years, Hawthorn. They've won 15 games in a row here in Launceston, and after having the breeze in the opening term, they lead at quarter time by 18 points. Quarter time, Aurora Stadium in Launceston, Tasmania. And the Hawks with the breeze in the opening term lead by 18 points at the first change, 5-2-32 to 2-2-14.
And that's been the story of the game. The use by foot from Hawthorn, just class, been able to find people inside their forward 50, and it's resulted in those marks, Jono.
Yeah, well, what's happened, repeat entries for Hawthorn. They're the ones you can see 14 to 10 inside 50s, but it's the repeat entries and getting it to the dangerous spot, 15 to 20 metres out from goal, directly in front. Then you've had the bigs like Segler and Sicily competing really well.
Ben Dixon.
Well, I've seen Hawthorn in full flight, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of vision on their ball movement out of defence. St Kilda have come into this game with the mindset of we've just got to stop them when we can. We'll see Hawthorn get the ball out wide here, and you'll see at the top of the screen there's 3 Saints just trying to obviously chug their way down the ground. Hawthorn move it. They keep the ball moving. We talk about when you roll, they can't negate it. They get that kick inside to James Sicily, and the 3 St Kilda players I mentioned at the top of the screen should have been pushing down into that space. So a work rate thing and a learning point for St Kilda, but a positive for Hawthorn. When they get on a roll, they're very hard to stop with their ball movement.
Yeah, spot on, Dicko. Their work rate behind the ball is first class, but as you said, once they get the ball in the hand, it's very hard to get it off the Hawks, and that's the thing St Kilda need to work on. They're winning clearances, so they're getting first possession, but they've just got to use it a bit smarter, with a bit more composure going into their forward half. And with the wind, that 2-goal breeze, they'll have the opportunities in this term.
And I don't think they can afford to go backward as much. Yes, the first handball might be back, but then there's got to be, the second one has to be a release, I think, by foot. Get it going forward. With this breeze here, you can't afford to be pushed back to the goal square like we saw in that first quarter again, where it was too hard for them then to get out of the Hawks forward line.
And as we see week in, week out, if you have a wind advantage in a quarter, you can't just bomb the ball long, and certainly the Saints forwards aren't the ones you really bomb the ball on their heads.
Especially with Hawthorn playing the spare a lot down back. So this spare is going to come into play once again. At the moment, St Kilda are going with 6 forwards v 6 defenders. So I like that better from a St Kilda setup point of view.
Back in the middle, second term about to get underway. Hickey and McAvoy. And a big crunching tackle laid on Litherland. Comes out to Weller, to Armitage. They get the first clearance. Bruce, put his body in front for all his fist wins out. Howe. Mitchell. Burgoyne caught by Armitage from behind. Stephen. And now Armitage from 50. He got plenty on it. It might be all the way home.
And that's the one. Take your half chances.
That's right.
With another clearance win. Quick hands in congestion, so they work through the defensive pressure from the Hawks, and Armitage, with just a couple of steps, converted. So really good work to put pressure on. It was Armitage's tackle that on Burgoyne that caused the turnover, and then just flush one from just outside 50, and the bounce was kind enough to go straight through. So really good start to this term for the Saints.
Another rundown tackle as well. That's what set this up, and it was Lynchy on Burgoyne, as you mentioned, and that's what allowed that turnover, because they've been able to get plenty of numbers around the contest, St Kilda. They just haven't used it well enough from that position. As you said, that time, they're able to capitalise.
And big trust in Daniel Howe into the team this week. Second game of the year, standing side by side in the middle with Armitage for this clearance again. Geary extracts it. Mitchell caught by Weller. Lewis. Hawks know they've got a game now. Duray. Fisher. Langford. Burgoyne. Into space, and Rioli just caught behind with the ball dropping.
Yeah, well done, Gary.
Oh, Savage. Well, umpire got in his way. Savage mops up the mess. They get out of trouble. High contact. It was on Nunes. It'll go downfield.
They're still mopping up the mess, Dwayne, I think. Very untidy. Took the advantage and near blew up in their face on 2 occasions.
Sinclair. Montagna. Good run. Driving kick. Bruce and McAvoy.
And this is where the best of the Saints, last week, we saw they held the ball in their forward half. Got about to put pressure on the ball carriers here.
Stratton to Frawley. Sinclair pressures his kick, and Lee cuts it off.
Good positioning there from Lee. Into the wind. Stood himself in front and shared his position.
Bruce to get it on the bounce, does. Dempster. Stephen calls for it wide. Honoured. And hits the hot spot. McCartan flies in. McAvoy hands on it a couple of times. Birchall, the crumb, and Mitchell. The old firm holding up. Lewis. Smith. So Rioli, Fisher drifts back. Bruce went back and went in low. Langford. Rioli drifted on. Thought about taking on Ross. A roller inside 50. Good pick up, Sicily. Got a kick without actually taking possession. Stephen crunched. Nunes crunched. Mitchell, Smith, Geary just got a hand in the way. back again to Armitage. It's ping-pong in there at the moment. Comes up to Bruce, kicks around the body. Is it touched on the line? It's marked. Last line of defence.
Had only centimetres left. And away they go again, the Saints. Great play from both teams. Flicking of the ball around in really tight confines.
Rewalt. I suppose he's a local back home, spent 8 years of his life here in Tassie.
Yeah, Southern
moving to Queensland.
Down in Hobart, the Rewalt clan.
Dangerous, but that's what they've been doing. Nunes, one back pocket to the other, and it opens up. Dempster. Has he got the leg in him to go long? He had Montagna long, went Geary short. Savage. And Montagna's still out there, waiting for it, and he takes off. McCartan, half forward, for all he got there late, and got a good spoil, took it to the line.
It's a shame. Montagna just doesn't have the power in his kick. He got it there as quick as he possibly could. He didn't drift the ball up, but if he had been a better kicker in that situation, or a stronger kicker, that would have got to McCartan a lot better, would have been able to mark uncontested, and they would have had that ball deep.
McAvoy, clever palm from Mitchell, and he gets the free for high.
And just a positive going back to that. Frawley left his man very early to get over and put that spoil on. So well drilled, Hawthorn players.
Birchall. Gunston. Oh, touched, and now Gunston must have juggled that out. He did.
Yeah, two grabber over the line. Jack Gunston signed a new contract this week, Dwayne, from all reports. Sounds like a lucrative deal.
So did Josh Bruce as well for the Saints. So
great for both clubs.
Absolutely. 4-year extension for Bruce as well. And there were a few clubs making inquiries. Great news for the Saints. Mitchell. Good crunch of the pack there. Gunston weighted down this time. And slung into the deck by Montagna. No prior according to the umpire. And it's hard not to sling hard when you're waiting for that decision to come. Fists come from Howe. Lewis. Brilliant contest at the moment. Loney peels out of it. Turns it over. Frawley.
Last kick inside 50.
If he had turned sharp and brought that left leg back towards corridor, he had two players inside 50 that he would have been able to see. I know it was out of his vision range, but a change of direction with his step would have brought them into play.
A drop from Nunes. Now he's in trouble. He's sat on.
He's just thrown that out. He's got a free kick out of that. Nunes, one of the very good players last week for the Saints. Had big numbers.
Saints lost their first 2 games this year, but last week was spectacular. Long kick. Bruce sits on his head. Burgoyne got a knuckle on it. Sat on Duray's head. Bruce all of a sudden back in the right spot. Handball misses the target. McCartan could go for goal. And he gets a roller home.
He's had a little check side dribbler that actually went the wrong way to start with. It went left to right, and there Clarko not happy at all. Very disappointed with the defensive efforts there. Some good work from the Saints, though, on the positive. And just as the ball fumbles around here, it goes over the back from the Burgoyne spoil. Bruce gets involved, and this is where McCartan gets involved here. Big, strong body. Wasn't dragged to the ground quick enough by Burgoyne, and that's because he's got a monstrous big frame. And here's Clarko. Little left jab to the glass. Ooh. The coach's box, not happy.
Josh Bruce was very good in that whole passage then. I know that last handball hit him on the shoulder, but his ability to work back into the contest was excellent. And Martin kept it alive. A great goal in the end, but McCartan, I should say.
Ross gets there. So Hawthorn free. Lewis was pushed out of that contest.
Hickey twice now has been really slow getting up from those centre bounces.
Hawthorn. Mongrel's one inside 50. It might still work. Bruce. Put his head down. It's under him. Well umpired there. Umpired Troy Pennell. So if you've just joined us, Hawthorn with the breeze in the opening term, led by 3 goals at quarter time. Saints with the breeze in this quarter. They've kicked the last 2 as Burgoyne almost broke free. Geary almost broke free. In the congestion, Langford caught, dispossessed. Gunston, Segler, Hartung bends it around. And just the required 15 to Puopolo.
I've seen longer than that called play on. But
Hartung didn't get much of a titty on the hook around at all. But
it.
it's worked out.
You tend to get away with those in the forward half more than the back half.
Yeah.
If you're chipping sideways in the back half, that'd be
Play on every time.
Puopolo gets a lucky one. The Hawks get some breathing space back.
They just keep it alive, though. When it hits the ground in their forward line, they've just got the players in there. Bruce Puopolo is one of those. Hartung works his way down into it. They just keep the ball alive. Burgoyne here, they keep it alive through pressure and just putting their own body work in front of the ball. Try and get in front of their opponent. They flick it around well. Yeah, that's 15. Pay that.
Stepped it out, Jono. You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that one.
No worries, that's fair enough. Yeah, no, it's good. He's an important little player, Puopolo, over the years.
Spot on. It's phenomenal to think he spent 4 seasons in the SANFL.
Yep.
Pops up here at Hawthorn and ends up being a star, but so many good superstars around him. His story almost gets forgotten as Minchington drags the tackle down.
Thank you. Hold the meter, please. This way.
Hickey and Segler tie up. Segler with a couple of goals in the opening term. Lee, little fumbled ball. Minchington lost it.
There's 4-on-1 Hawks there. Great pressure.
2 Saints waiting back here. He's got Dempster and Fisher. Out of bounds would have been a win for the Hawks. Goes wide to Savage and good hands.
Got to switch the ball here, the Saints. They're going to go down the line here, either take some risk a little bit. They've had a really good win this quarter in terms of locking Hawthorn down and not allowing their switch. So they've got to take full advantage of this.
Akers, a little 1-2. Sinclair. Akers. Weller attacked it well. Mitchell just as good as always, though. Weller into his back. Nope. I said he'll have it.
And a handy player as well, Mav Weller. We've got Blood Rule, Sam Mitchell.
Having a chat. Mav Weller, Tasmanian boy back home as well.
Yeah. Crash of heads with Mav Weller since he's crossed over from the Gold Coast Suns, was put on the rookie list. And obviously no guarantees to be upgraded, but he's done extremely well. These are major ball winners so far this season. Aaron Hall leads the way. Sam Mitchell at 2, Montagna and Luke Parker.
Mitchell already up to 16 in this game. His first halves, I think, have been absolutely brilliant. And when we look at Lee Montagna, he's had 7, and he was sitting at number 3 in most disposals so far.
Talk about great players. This is where he is. So a lot of his work in the back half. He's just such a great ball distributor with either foot coming off half-back.
And ageless, 34 years of age this year he'll be, Sam Mitchell, and this is game 289.
And very relaxed as well pre-game, as we were out there working hard trying to get our pre-game show up and going, Jono. Sam Mitchell was very happy just to chirp in, give us some advice.
And you would think we'll end up as an AFL coach in 3-4 years' time. He's a very wise man when it comes to the game itself.
Such a great ambassador for the team. And I think his leadership qualities have been enhanced since he gave up the captaincy to support Luke Hodge coming through. I think it's first class.
The scramble. Lee, speaking of great stories, good to see him back and playing in defence, obviously, at the moment after being an attacker when he first came into the competition. He's been in the system, Tom Lee, for 8 seasons now. Just game number 14.
Saw Sam Mitchell getting taped up. I'm sure the doctors have a bit of a laugh when they do that taping.
Minchington attacked. Held up by Howe.
Yep, that's right. Back to the middle. Keep your meaty, guys.
Big pack around this ball up. Hickey, Segler, bumping. Burgoyne just out of his reach. Almost Gilbert. Stephen plays for the free. Threw his head back.
Might have overdone that one.
Hickey. Got a half-metre kick out. This could work. Savage feeds it out. Montagna's on his left. Wants to get back inside.
Good kick.
Is that 15? You bet it is.
In the forward half.
So Gilbert, well, if it was 15 down the other, has to be 15 here.
Yeah, well done again. Good work from Hickey. He looked like he was going to be caught with the ball, but just dropped it down onto his foot to keep the ball moving. And as we said at the other end, Hawthorn's great ability to keep the ball in motion was very similar to what the Saints did on that occasion.
Well, Jared Healy be all over those mowing strips. I'm not sure it was 15 according to that rule, but we'll stick with it.
From 45, he drifts that back into perfection.
It's an awkward drop from Sam Gilbert, but very, very effective. And an extremely important player for the Saints.
He's had to find a new way, hasn't he? Because he was a key defender. There's the quick look there on the 50. That's gone about 9 metres.
on the diagonal. Let's have a look at Richo's journey, the coach of the Saints, and he started way back with Western Bulldogs and over to Collingwood as a development coach, highly regarded in that role. Went to Essendon with Matthew Knights for a couple of seasons, then with Carlton with Brett Ratton. A wealth of experience, and then crossed over to Port Adelaide in 2013 before being appointed the 2014 Saints coach. 2015.
Was credited with one AFL game as coach for Port Adelaide down here in Hobart.
And he did miss out on the St Kilda job first time around that he went for it, with Scotty Watters getting that.
How do you know that, Jono?
Getting that job, and Richo went through the process.
Akers has broken free, slammed it on the boot from 80, and Rewald's marked on the line. That'll do.
Great clearance. Yeah, fantastic work. Takes the pressure off Jono because he was on that panel and didn't give Richo the job. But great work again. Clearance work, get it out of the centre and off the wing. Nick Rewald's pushed down behind the ball and taken a mark on the line. Here, the third up jumper we see from Lewis so often, but the Saints to get the ball out into space, drive it long, and then a mismatch there. Hodge on Rewald, the two skippers. There, great reply, all square halfway through the second.
Look at his plotting there, you can see there, just the fact that he's been getting a lot of ball up. Started on the wing, so a lot of that in the first quarter was up the ground. In the back half of the ground, working back, trying to help out. Only 2 inside forward, 50, that won a goal.
Mitchell back on, head strap, Stephen rips him to the deck. New lease of life here, the Saints. Ross dragged down, Puopolo gives it up, Birchall, McAvoy. Mitchell. McAvoy, Birchall. Stratton. Ugly kick, but that's what pressure does. Almost Lee. Puopolo pokes it, should be marked. It is by Akers, who set the last one up. And there's the instant play on. Armitage, Fisher. He's got Montagna short down the middle. Goes shorter to Ross. Armitage. A bounce.
He's got to go.
Billings. This is the kick, and into space. Oh, absolutely delightful. Loney didn't want to finish himself. Maybe the right option, Mitchington.
Well, I think if you're going to hit a pass like that, you could probably take the shot, but fantastic pass across the face of goal. It's very similar to what we saw the Hawks in the first term as well. Hit the target. Great build-up. They were looking, as soon as they turned the ball over deep, they were off. There was a wave of players coming through the middle of the ground. And great work from Armitage to back himself, take a bounce, and wait till an option opened up forward of the ball.
Just the second game of the year for Darren Mitchington, 22-year-old. At his first goal of the season, and they're in front.
Great run, great drive from St Kilda, and that's what they've been able to do, move the ball forward this quarter rather than going back so often to then go forward. They're just going, handball receive inside to Armitage, and off he goes. They've got numbers everywhere, and it's just good use by everyone. Great team goal in the end. Better kick inside forward 50, and then Loney, unselfish, straight back into the corridor.
What were you thinking, Jono, if you were running into that, towards that goal?
Yeah, no, have a shot. 100%.
Take the shot. But he did finish off quite nicely. So they've hit the front. Really exciting this quarter. They've got a 2-goal advantage, but they're outplaying Hawthorn at the moment.
Outplaying them. Kicking efficiency, 38% to 86% St Kilda's way in this quarter.
That was a 2-goal wind advantage.
Yep. 3 goals in a row now for the Saints as Mitchell clears it to half forward. O'Brien couldn't get near it, went under it. Savage, Billings, full of confidence now. Armitage, Weller. Here's the run, Ross. Bruce, oh, he left that for Rewald. He got called out. He'd know that voice.
Skipper on skipper, and Rui's pushed himself forward. and just really stretching the defence of the Hawks, but their run, this is the very best of what we saw in round 1 against Port Adelaide, albeit the Saints went down, but they showed many signs of this wave off half-back, and they're doing it again.
Demolished Collingwood with an under-strength team last week by 5 goals, and that hurts. And only a bad last 5 minutes of the game against Port Adelaide cost them there. You're spot on.
An exciting brand of football they're playing, and they've obviously the players have got faith in the game plan. They're prepared to back themselves, even though they're up against the best team in the competition, and it's great to watch.
3rd season at the helm for Alan Richardson. Starting to come together. Bruce, big fly in Sicily, not unrealistic. Fisher, Geary, taking it on. Armitage, Templeton mops it up. Ross, Armitage. Pokes the pass. Big fist Stratton. Montagna. Akers got his hands free. Sinclair. Loney. We ran into a high one from Mitchell. And umpire said he did run into it.
Great work. Again, keeping the ball alive on the boundary line. And it's probably the place to flick the handball around, because if you make the mistake goes over the line, you're not going to be exposed too much on the rebound.
Mitchell held high.
There are plenty of Saints supporters in the crowd. Traditionally, Tasmania is a great resource for Saints members. Some stars over the years come across and played for St Kilda. Darryl Baldock being probably the most famous.
And their home games, a few of them played here, 2003 to 2006. 8 home games at this venue the Saints played. Mitchell, you put that to the feet of Burgoyne, but he's clever enough. Sicily has to turn back around to go and get it. Puopolo, well, bounced in a horrible style. Montagna, Yunes, Fisher. Told to go. Waits, Gilbert, Sicily. Poor turnover. Bruce is in the pocket. Calls for it long. Just sat down in the breeze, though. O'Brien pounces, runs clear, goals against the grain.
That's energy sapping.
Isn't it?
Mistakes like that, just a poorly executed kick. Found a bit of pressure with the that came from the umpire calling play on. Fisher's gone wide, just didn't hit that anywhere near as well as you would have liked. Now Fisher's coming back with a fly of the ball, desperate to make up for that poor kick, but the ball's just got through far too easy. O'Brien, and his first game for a couple of years, will be pretty happy with that nice easy goal running into from 1 metre.
Yeah, not played since 2014. Tim O'Brien.
And there's the score sources on screen, and you can see from turnover is where Hawthorn have capitalised in this game. Very even for St Kilda from stoppage and turnover, especially in this second quarter.
Gilbert to Armitage. Rewalt's lurking. Stratton with him. Good fist Stratton. Got all Sharon. Birchall. Gunston lending a hand. Mitchell. Stratton. Shields. Puopolo on a 1-on-2. Dempster gets there ahead of him.
Yeah, they might have to go long down the line. They've got Mitchell on Rewalt. Didn't identify that mismatch.
Savage. Hickey, can he get up there? He does. Brings it down. Mitchell, Gunston, Birchall. Duray.
Keep Jack, thanks. Hold there, play on.
Hodge. Cautious Hawthorn at the moment. Saints full of run.
And the Saints have set up really well behind the ball here, and when Hawthorn looked to get out this near side, the defensive zone had pushed across, so good work rate from the Saints.
Gunston hugs the boundary.
Now they try to hit the 45, try to get back into the corridor.
Yes.
Stratton. Just meticulous ball use. It's helped the Hawks win the last 3 premierships.
Well, they're back into this because they've doubled their kicking efficiency in the last 6 minutes of play.
McAvoy.
That's his second big contested grab today.
Like a vice. Sicily, can he get there to attempt it? And getting back in the hole is Geary. Body on the line. Savage. Templeton. It's the second game for the year. Back in this week. Goes all the way back. It's the game plan. Open it up, Dempster. Now Lee is out wide. Nunes has to hit him. McAvoy's trying to shut him down. Weller, bouncing ball. Duray coming at him. Bought himself some time. Hickey in a 1-on-2 with Minchington. And they worked that brilliantly. Bruce into square. Long ball. Smith, Bruce. The tie-up. And it's a roller out of play.
Terrific play by the Saints. They were just patient. They had one-on-ones all over the ground, but they recognised the 2-on-1, and we saw obviously that inside 50. But that's what they're doing. They're quite patient with the ball, and we haven't seen that a lot from the Saints in the past. So it's a big tick this round especially.
Hickey front spot, short throw in, gets it down. Tackle late by Hodge. McAvoy in the congestion. He's going to have to get it out somehow.
They like one here. The Saints, they've been able to control the quarter, and if they could sneak one away here, it'd be just a nice little handy advantage leading into half-time.
Stratton just bangs it away. O'Brien under it. Good fist from Billings. Puopolo. Almost every player on the ground within a kick of this ball.
It's well played by Savage, and he came in hard. Puopolo can go in low and lead with his head a little bit, trying to draw that high free kick. He usually does it pretty well. So he just waited that split second, slowed down himself to perform a perfect tackle.
Mitchell, clever. Duray. Bruce and Geary. Geary tried to knuckle it down for the quick clearance. Now he has to hold it in.
Just edging their way up the ground, though, the Hawks.
You just get the sense they're going to pinch one here late in this quarter to take the lead in at half-time.
Lewis with the pung down. There you go.
Smith.
And Smith is off and running. Sicily inside 50. His only target. Dempster used his body well. Montagna. And now to the open side, they can rebound quickly. Geary looks up. About to be shut down. Oh, thought he got a handball away. He thought he did. But the Hawk fans pretty happy with that. Bruce to line up.
So week in, week out, it's just they find a way, work really hard, continually put pressure on. And the thing is, a lot of teams in the competition match it with Hawthorn, but they don't match it with Hawthorn all day. You just see here, a little chip across goal. Geary goes. And he's missed that one.
Missed it. Maybe just a scrape of the knuckle, but didn't save him. And Bruce makes them pay again. Hawks back in front.
Well, it is dangerous, isn't it, when Bruce can perform acts like that where he gets chased down. You've got Cyril down there who makes everyone get a little bit nervous when he's starting to chase down as well.
Have a look at this stoppage at the back. Mitchell puts a block on for Smith, who's left of screen, or Smith got out the far side.
Yeah.
He was the spare, but ran hard. The tap was just put out in front of him beautifully. We see that week in, week out. They do that extremely well, and you spoke about it. Smith, through the course of the last few weeks, has been such a destructive player off half-back.
Yeah, he's had some big quarters, Smith, and it's really helped Hawthorn get back into a couple of the games, in round one especially, and last week when they looked done and dusted.
Back to a 5-point margin. Lee. Inside 2 minutes to half-time. And
there's appeals there for a deliberate out of bounds. I don't think that was much of a chance.
Hawks led by 18 points at quarter time.
Hickey's been good in these situations.
Gilbert knocks it down. Mitchell's had a good quarter. Lewis, Langford, Duray. Geary and Puopolo run at this. Both teams coming off confidence-boosting wins last week. Hawthorn stealing one, and the Saints getting their first win of the year. 5-goal victory against the odds against Collingwood. And they're turning it on in Launceston this afternoon. Puopolo can't break free.
Always dangerous in this last 1 or 2 minutes before any break, the Hawks.
There you go, Hawthorn free, and they've kicked the last 2 goals of the game. Segler to Lewis. Gets under that little. O'Brien's with 4 to beat. Geary taps it out. Montagna. Billings. Nunes. Back to Montagna. And Segler in the right spot. Still a chance. 40 seconds left if they want to take it on.
They'll get out around here. No, he didn't look this way towards the commentary side. Gunston, poor kick as well.
Oh, somehow Hodge found a gap where there was none. How? Stratton, 30 seconds left. Rewalt gets there. Oh, he turned it over. Hartung. Players look spent at the moment, a little tired, some fumbles, uncharacteristic errors. 15 seconds left. Chip kick is good. Duray, he could play on here.
That was score.
Hits the pocket. Brewster's down there, and oh, it is Howe. Just got his hands on it second time. They can have the last shot of the half.
And they just are so good. There was nothing clean about what they did there, but they just worked the ball forward, as you said in the call, Dwayne. Hodge finds a way to avoid 2 tackles, and they get the ball forward and just on the siren generate another shot. And this will be disappointing for the Saints. If they go down by 2 goals at half-time, after what they've put out on the field, it will be very disappointing.
Back into the lineup this week, 6th game of his career, and that was for his first AFL goal of his career, so couldn't quite get it to work back against the breeze. But we've got a contest. This might be 1st versus 14th from last year, but this is a new St Kilda coming off that spectacular win last week, and it's Hawks by 5 at the half. Ben Dixon downstairs.
Thanks, Dwayne. Sam, I mean, terrific start to this quarter. Early on, you were switching the ball and getting it turned over, but you stuck to it and obviously took it to them.
Yeah, the boys are playing really well. The pressure's been good. Can't fault that. Just a few little turnovers coming out of the back half. One by myself, which wasn't great. So try and work on that in the second half. But yeah, we're taking it up to them, which is good.
Yeah, and you've been patient. A lot of teams obviously rush themselves because of the pressure they apply, but being very patient through the middle of the ground, which is obviously creating a lot of scoring opportunities.
Yeah, we know how good Hawthorn's defence is. So if you can be composed and move them around and hold on to the ball, then it gives the best chance to go score going forward.
Good luck in the second half, Sammy. Back to you, Eddie. Thanks, mate.
In that second term, 5-1, they kicked to 3.
At 8:30, there might be a bit to talk about from this contest as well. 5 points the margin, half-time, about to get underway second half. Ben Dixon downstairs.
Thanks, Dwayne. We know the Saints are right in this game of footy. How far have they come? Last year, we just want to show you a graph on how many times they scored over 100 points. Only 3 times in the 23 rounds. That's last year's model. They obviously want to score a lot more, and they've showed over the pre-season they're going to take the game on. They've shown in this game. They've done it twice this season already, over 100. They're 45 at the moment, but they're right in the go zone to get it again here against the Hawks, and hopefully the 4 points as well. So a big tick to Alan Richardson so far in this season and game.
Yeah, Dicko, spot on there with their scoring, and what they'll need to do in this quarter is hold Hawthorn to a minimal target when they push forward. Nick Rewald, who we just saw stretching on the wing, he's back up there again. You'd think he'd play wing back a little bit with a focus to pushing back in this quarter, just to help out the defenders a little bit. A couple of intercept marks, potentially some spoils to make sure that Hawthorn don't have any easy ball going forward.
And we just saw Sam Mitchell start in the middle. He's at 25 disposals, going for a record. His PB is 40. He's on pace.
Biggest margin of the game was 18 points at quarter time Hawthorn's way. Saints opened up a 7-point margin in that second term. The quick bang forward with that breeze, and Geary not paid the mark. Thought he controlled it.
Doesn't seem to be complaining too much, although he's hurt himself here. Here's the dive from Geary.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Good decision.
That is a very good call.
Rewalt drifting down. Smith tried to break through the middle of the congestion, flicked out the back somehow. Stephen around his body, and Birchall couldn't quite scoop it up. Armitage, early break for the Saints. Billings, little tap from Weller was That's in a contest, so it's not deliberate, but that could change in time, the way we're interpreting deliberate out of bounds.
Keep your leader. Thanks, Tom.
Intensity has been up from the outset in this contest. McAvoy, Hickey, Shields,
Yes.
and Geary gets back.
Hold. Hold there.
They run really hard here, the Saints, to spread from this contest, give options on that far side.
Hold.
Dempster.
Hold.
Montagna. He's got Lee out wide, or hits Lee, lace out. It was his only option really in the end.
Yeah, he was holding the ball. He was desperate to get back through the corridor up into the middle of the ground. But in the end, just had to take this shorter option.
McCartan is the target long down the line here.
Oh, don't know
Goes
about
inside.
that one.
So Hickey's going to have to go. He does. He spores away from, well, just in time from Gunston, who had a big piece of it.
That's a huge win for the Saints. To turn the ball over there, it's just over a kick towards goal for the Hawks, so a stoppage is a win.
Rewalt flicks it back. Mitchell read it to perfection.
Second one this quarter for Rewalt. Dwayne, where he has gone third man up, just trying to clear it out of that inner circle, if you like, right in around the contest.
Doesn't go up this time. Hickey, there's the scoop back, though. That's the play, obviously. Nunes. Now McCartan and Bruce both down there. Off the hands. Hodge, Stratton, Burgoyne. Backtracks. Litherland. Frawley. And touched out of play. Hawks win. They'll be back inside the top 8. 3 wins and a loss after a loss to start the season. But the Saints win. Get 2 wins in a row. And back in contention for a breakout season under Alan Richardson after just a couple of weeks of promising form. A lot hinges on this. 18th in their first season under Alan Richardson with 4 wins. And last year, 14th with 6 wins. Had an exciting brand of football in 2016. And they continue to match it with the premiers. Mitchell had it, let it go. It's interesting.
Very lucky, actually, Sam Mitchell. He's taken on the tackle. The ball's spilt clear.
Yeah.
Maybe a little long in slow motion, but live it looked like it was probably play on.
Litherland drives it. Dempster can't get back. Gunston, well, Dempster does get back for the crumb. Dainty little kick towards Lee, and they can reset for a ball in. Hawks with some players back in. Haven't quite had an impact yet. Tim O'Brien, one of them. Daniel Howe. All 3 Hawthorn emergencies that came for this game as well, yet to play an AFL game. So Brand, Lovell and Willsmore. So they're trying to weave some new in to the old as well. Alistair Clarkson. Nunes to Montagna. McCartan makes the contest.
Hodge does it well, doesn't he? When he's outnumbered, you can see there he's hurt his arm. Yeah, he has hurt his arm a little bit there. You think? I agree with you, Lynchy. Just holding it in a different way. You can see it might have been the finger as well.
Yeah, he's got a dodgy pinky, boys.
Yeah.
He always has a guard on that 24/7, so that just came off at the contest.
Good tackle laid. Langford dragged down, no Pryor, obviously, and there's the pinky.
Well, that's a relief. It's the old injury and not the forearm.
Armitage again can't break free. Ross does. Scrambles a kick to half forward. Race on. Sinclair bumped out of it by Duray. Savage on the run to Billings. Loney. Savage to complete the deal he started. Oh, across the face.
He's unlucky there. Great build-up again.
Here's the opportunity for the Saints. They've got to lock it in their forward half here. We know they're going into the breeze this quarter. There's their opportunity at Aurora Stadium. You just got to keep the Hawks down this end and give themselves every opportunity.
Ooh. Birchall turns it over, and Billings, it's a tough shot from there. What is this breeze worth, Dicko? Still a couple?
I reckon it might even be more, Dwayne, to be honest. The flags are up a little bit more as we see a shocking turnover. It's got to be at least 3 now.
Like a game of soccer where they ran it out deliberately because a bloke was injured and they give it back.
Just straight back.
Sicily held up, hugs the boundary, Gets some metres. Lee out of play. Oh no, push was the call. That was the whistle from the central umpire. Advantage paid Weller.
That's it, short hold.
That's the one you're talking about, Tio. Get it back to Weller there and then get the next one inside the corridor. Again, you're focused on that at half-time.
Touch play on, little tap onto Montagna. Stolen back. Stephen did well.
Oh, that's
and the cut-off. Birchall rode that bump to perfection. Smith, Langford, Mitchell strapping off. Smith drives a bomb. Rioli's got a couple to beat. Plays for the free. And the mark paid. Good mark getting back Lee.
He was playing for the free Cyril there. Could have nearly got it, but good work in the end from Lee. Good mark. A fumble would have seen a 2-on-1, but the one was Cyril.
Rewald sits on his head a little. Stephen and Lewis. Stephen kept his feet churning. Ross, Savage, Templeton.
Just out.
Over the head of Akers. Stratton short to Mitchell. Just out of Akers' reach. Touch play on. Akers knew he'd just got a finger on it. Duray hits the square. Sicily's down there. O'Brien for the crumb. Almost pounced on it. Fisher. Dragged down by Gunston. No free. Gunston gets it back again. Howe, a fumble. Now he's in trouble. Tied up. No Pryor. Ball up.
Head driven into the ground there. He did well to keep the ball in, because if it spilled out, it was a 3-on-1 and the Saints would have been away.
And out of play in front of Langford. 4-point margin. The Hawks have won their last 15 games in a row here in Launceston. That record could be broken. Good attack, Langford. Birchall flicks it up. Harter, time to spend it wisely. Couldn't spend it any better than that. The Gunston lace out.
His lead right up the guts then, Gunston, was magnificent. It was beautiful to watch. Straight out of the goal square. Could see where the hole just opened up for him, and it was a great kick in the end, but the lead was magnificent.
Yeah, have a look at this kick here. This is a beautifully weighted kick, so Gunston leads onto it rather than the dart where you're going to suffer 2 broken ribs or a broken finger. Perfect pass.
Uncharacteristic ball hold, but normally pretty good at goal.
Here's the unusual grip that he's had for a while. That hit the knee on the second stride, so that's rattled in the hand.
That might have just put him off a little bit.
So many things have changed over the course of time. Kicking goals from the side, snapping. And that ball hold a little different, but if it works and it's your routine, who's to say it's wrong? Ball back into play, 46-51.
Jim Furyk strikes a good ball. Quite an unusual swing.
Segler and Hickey. Short throw in. Howe could have taken possession. Burgoyne paddles it to his advantage. Lewis hits a good spot with that kick. McAvoy pushed out a little. Danger here for the Saints. Big circle of Hawks.
This is a rugby maul,
isn't it?
Just edging it forward.
But this suits St Kilda in some ways. If they can keep the margin roughly where it is now, even go down the other end and score and hit the front. But if Hawthorn kicking with a 3-goal wind, as Ben Dixon described, then if they can keep it tight, their last quarter, they're in a great position.
It's almost blowing back over Hickey's own head. Bounces back inside 50. Minchington dragged down, didn't have it. Gilbert, Ross, and here they fan. Running hard, Bruce. He's got McCartan in a one-on-one forward.
Away.
He floats it wide for the runner.
Speed.
Stephen, can it bounce kindly? He tried to pal it on. Lewis knocked it back out. Duray backtracks. Stephen a little annoyed by that. Hodge bangs a wobbler. It could be coming back. Hickey gets there.
He just didn't hit that one. He was trying to get the ball out of bounds. But
without making it too deliberate.
Yeah, it was just a bad kick. That's the best bet from Hickey. Not to overcomplicate things, just get the ball into the hand of a useful distributor.
Bruce is forward, McCartan's forward. Bruce sets himself for this. The fists beat him and Burgoyne read it through the air to Mitchell. And now Hawthorn fan. Harter, straight down the middle. No one into the goal square. Feeds it off. O'Brien takes the responsibility from outside 50.
That's the difference in class right there. St Kilda had their opportunity going the other way. Miss kick to Stephen. Ball gets put into a situation where it's turned over. And then watch Hawthorn from this position here.
And have a look who was involved from the start. It was Burgoyne to Mitchell, and then the youngsters finish it off beautifully. That's a really nice kick on the run from O'Brien. Didn't break stride and just flushed it from 60. Great kick. Just when you think St Kilda are just going to edge their way square to Hawthorn, they sneak away again.
4th season for Tim O'Brien, 5th game. They picked 28 back in 2012. Such a quality outfit, hard to get into. Hickey with the palm down, Mitchington. Montagna, kick half smothered. Straight through Weller. It might work. Hickey, Montagna. Puopolo through his legs. Stephen, the collect. 360. Got his way out of the tackle. Pops it high. Gilbert in a 1-on-2. Hands on it. Held it long enough.
Big grab. 2-on-1. Double foot.
Yeah,
jump.
I was just about to say that. He had to position himself to jump off both
Well, it was
feet.
like he didn't know, I don't know how I'm going to jump here. The double footer, and he's gone straight up, and that's a really good mark. Good work. And once again, it wasn't clean, but the movement of the ball forward with the wave of players for St Kilda was first class. Big opportunity here.
Against the breeze. And it's horrible. Burgoyne. There's the value of having people on the line.
Quite sure how to describe that one, John.
Lewis. Smith puts the Jets on. Bruce with Montagna. And the umpire assesses it and says, toss it in.
Yeah, you've got to be better than that. And if you went to Richo, would have put his head in his hands, you'd think after that set shot from Gilbert. Worked so hard to get in dominant positions, the Saints, and they just, the last couple of times, have butchered it going forward. And that was a shot on goal that should have gone straight over the goal umpire's hat.
Ross, Stephen, McCartan combine. Akers with the fist to Templeton. Weller, can he hit a chest? A roller straight through Loney. Smith breaks clear, Hartung. And now the Hawks have the spare man. Smith looks up. Howe, Sicily. And he runs in, opens up the angle, and drives home another.
What about the young blokes? O'Brien a couple of minutes ago, and Sicily just wandered around onto the right, had no worries whatsoever slotting that one through. The rebound off halfback is just really hurting St Kilda. They're not finishing off their work going inside 50. See Rui trying to chase there. He was out on his feet because he's worked so hard. This is a fantastic finish. Had the confidence that he knew he had Fisher covered for pace and just dropped into the corridor onto the right.
I reckon he had
slotted that one through.
I reckon he had another gear as well that he could have gone into here. I think he knew he had Fisher on toast.
That looked like a 3-quarter pressure training drill, the way he finished that off. That is a fantastic finish. Saw some great work from him last week to win the game over the Dogs. Looks good again.
3-goal week last week, including the match winner. 2 goals so far today. Loney flies into Birchall with a fist. Weller. Clever handball. Stephen. Ran himself into trouble. Hartung. Can't trap it. Nunes. Minchington. Cool head there. There's your reply.
There's some exciting kids out in the ground. Nice finish from Minchington. Great attack of the ball from Mav Weller. He attacked the ball hard. It bounced on the ground and broke the tackle and had the composure. Good work from Stephen as well. Looked for a few options. Didn't quite know where to go. This is the kick that's really hurting them. That's the one that's been rebounded against and they've been scored against. But very nice work from Minchington. to finish that off, and the Saints just won't lie down. And good news to come is they got the wind in the last. Clarko, not happy.
He's having a tough day, Clarko.
Well, the stress he goes through, and he's one of the great coaches with one of the great teams.
Lucky that's bulletproof grass to his left.
From the clearance. Good tackle in the middle. Lewis out to Shields. Scrambles it forward. Sicily. Fist from Dempster. Puopolo, Gilbert. Puopolo. Half held. Gilbert. Went and got it. Dempster. Dangerous. Lee. He's got Sinclair. Oh, he's turned it over, but it's out of play. It's okay. A reprieve.
Oh, there we go. That'll please Alistair Clarkson. I think if St Kilda score the next one, whoever's sitting next to him might be Brett Ratton. Might want to swap seats with him. Just
how good was that? That was really good on a couple of counts from Smith. One, he pushed up to man the mark. He wasn't stationary on the mark, jumping all over the place, put enormous pressure on.
Hartung. Well, he was hoping for a high tackle from Stephen. Didn't come.
And that's the difference. If he sat back, it would have allowed St Kilda to run out of defence. There's the coach's box. Very tense for the Hawks at the moment. Rat's nervous.
Minchington flicks it out. Eventually, Loney. McAvoy. Duray. Run down from behind. Had Pryor gone.
Yeah, tried to evade the first tackle. The second one got him. So did have Pryor opportunity.
Weller feeds it back. Savage. Well, that's a dangerous kick as well. Straight down the middle, Montagna to Lee. Well, they're having a crack, the Saints.
Yeah, Lee's the one that needs to fix up his disposals. If he can start getting things right.
And actually, because he is a great kick like that, he's a beautiful kick of the ball.
Sinclair mops up the little Fisher mess. Dempster inside. Billings.
That's high risk.
But it might be big reward here. 11 points the margin. Last time these two teams met, the Saints were smashed. They only met once last year. 10-goal win to the Hawks. Difference in Kilda this year. Ross. Templeton from 3 deep. McAvoy.
That's the one you spoke about, Lynchy. Just a little bit shallow. It's going to slingshot off the back. They do have to lose a bit of territory to the Hawks, but Saints just need to get it in a little bit deeper because they are kicking into this breeze.
Johnston, 7.5 more minutes with the breeze for the Hawks. Burgoyne. Oh, super handball. Released Bruce in space. And now it's a 3-on-2. Dempster, their last hope here, the Saints, and he didn't get away with it.
Well, he was trying to fumble it, but in the end he dropped it over the line. So that was what the free kick was paid for.
O'Brien long. Sicily can't get the run at it. Rioli did. Lee. Crowd on the edge of their seats here.
Again, huge kick from Lee to come back on that 45.
Last two have been very good.
Yeah, they're prepared to take it, though, which you really like from the Saints.
Rewalt to Sinclair rewards his hard run. Billings. Oh, Ross. He's averaging 26 possessions a game, having a good season. It's up to 23 now. Seb Ross, best year of his career.
Boys, Cyril's only had the 5 touches today, so quiet in terms of that, and he's pretty much 1v3 inside the Hawks forward line. So we see a turnover, we could see some Cyril magic.
Well, I reckon we're not too far away. He's been quiet, yes, he's got the 1 goal on the board, but you just never know with Cyril what's around the corner.
They're out here. Lee looks up. He's got a long option of Armitage. He goes short. Here's Armitage now, and he takes off through the middle.
Yeah, that's the one. Hit the 45.
Loney back to Armitage. Had to reach back and get it. Ross. Stephen. Billings about to get crunched. Feeds it off. This is the kick. Sinclair centering bomb. Rewalt, can he get up? Got there with a fist. Weller steals it off the pack. Back to Loney. Kicks around the body.
Oh, he's
Duray.
Rewalt, big contest.
With Gunston.
They've both gone down, and Gunston's in a fair amount of discomfort there, and actually Rui has signalled to the Hawthorn trainers to come out and give some assistance. So
yeah,
great sportsmanship by the Saints captain, but doesn't look good for Gunston.
No, and he could have chased out as well, but he was too concerned about the welfare. Bruce. Gilbert.
Well, trouble here. He's got to get rid of this.
He does.
He threw it.
Geary. McCartan. So now, Rewald just over his head. Hodge. The crowd in full voice right now. Full house. Duray.
They've got the extra on the big switch on the far side. Good to see Gunston involved in that play.
Litherland. Frawley. We sits it on him. Billings. Frawley. Billings. Brilliant tackle. Shields. Run down by Stephen. Didn't get it out.
You've got to love what the Saints are bringing to this game. It's outstanding, the pressure. I mean, we see it week in, week out from the Hawks. As Rewald, here's the clash with Gunston. Big marking contest. Gunston comes back. I reckon gets a bit of a knock on the knee.
It got really squashed, didn't it,
but he's back up and going now.
Yeah, Gunston gets a fist on that. Attack from Ross. Rioli. A rare possession, but it's a good one. Hard tongue in space. Bruce. Oh. Fisher wraps him up.
Gone.
Yeah.
And we see it, and he will feel hard done by there. But once you dive on the ball, even if your opponent holds the ball in, that's it. Gone.
Dangerous again. Ross feeds back. Rioli, little poke. Lost it. Oh, he got one high from Weller. Mitchell ducked out of a high one. Langford. Hard tongue. Langford. Sicily and Dempster. And Fisher makes it a 2-on-1.
Well, there's some tired players out there. Absolutely exhausted.
4 minutes left with the breeze.
Oh, look out.
Okay, that's okay. He fumbled it accidentally and
it worked out all right. And just on PB watch for Sam Mitchell, he's had 32. Remember, a 25 at halftime, just a 7 in this quarter. PB, twice he's hit 40. He's on target.
McAvoy wrapped up by Hickey a little. Got it anyway. Rioli played for the free again, and Dempster and Armitage both went hard at it. Weller. .323 left with this 2-goal breeze, and they lead by 2 goals, the Hawks. 11 points. Mitchell at another one. Litherland. Caught. Got the kick away. Billings. Armitage.
That's his 25th touch, Armitage, but one of the really good players. And
Loney
continue to go this risky kick.
And it continues to open up a massive opportunity for them. Geary. He's got one-on-ones inside 50. He's got a spare as well in Bruce.
Oh, they're everywhere.
He sees Bruce. He puts it in front of Bruce. He didn't quite get Bruce.
Good call by Stephen. Well done by Stephen to hold that up.
And it was good work by Stephen to hold his opponent out. And so I think it was Hodge. His only choice was to jump into the front of Bruce. So well done from Jack Stephen.
Watched him pre-game from this exact position, kick 3 in a row.
Oh, no. Can't miss.
Cannot miss this.
Jono. Oh, look at this. Well done from Jack Stephen there.
I'll back you up, Jono. He was out there longer goal kicking than any other player on the ground.
Oh, all right. 2 out of 3 going can't miss.
The breeze against him. He's had a lean day at the office. But that's what practice does. Practice makes perfect. There's a kick in it.
And understandably, the Saints supporters are out of their chair. They're pumped. Few concerns for Alistair Clarkson because this young Saints side is bringing a lot to the table. Here it was Hodge had no choice, had to go late, had to stop the mark and had to risk giving a free kick away. In the end, he did give the free kick away. And as you said, Jono, as well, good call from Jack Stephen. If he played on, it would have been deep in the pocket, on the right slipper. It would have been a hard shot. And you knew that Josh just doesn't miss from that spot on the ground here at Aurora Stadium.
100%, Lindsay. But when I love Stephen because he's got the speed to go there. And you can understand why in his mind he's thinking, I'm a chance here. Great composure to stop.
50th game for the newly contract with Josh Bruce, and there's one kick in this game, and Stephen drives it long. Rewald, McCartan, Stephen puts it to grass. Under some pressure now, the reigning champions, Sinclair. Armitage, Stephen dragged down. Hodge off the carpet. Sinclair should get there. Keeps it alive. 1:30 left to Billings.
Oh, strong grab.
Coming home with a breeze worth about 2. They could actually have the lead here at three-quarter time, the Saints. But this is the toughest of all kicks.
Yeah, extremely tough. Almost got to go powerful at the left post as he's looking at it, the left goal post.
To Bruce.
Or just put it to the top of the goal square where the bloke can't miss. Will mark it.
I'm not sure from this position, but from his last goal, there was no worries whatsoever.
The great professional play from Billings. Knew it was going to be really tough, and often we actually see that kick played, but the forwards aren't aware of it. But great coordination between the two youngsters.
Smart by Billings too, with the way the wind is blowing, his left leg boundary side, it was near impossible for him to kick it.
Seconds tick down to three-quarter time. Saints led in this game earlier on. That bends back to perfection, and they're back in front again.
He's been rewarded with a new contract, Josh Bruce. The start of last year, they weren't sure where he was going to play, or whether he was going to make the side. So he went forward last year, provided a really good option, and it's continued on today. And that's what you want from a big forward. Provide options, and see coordination here. He's sitting back on his haunches, then comes into play, takes off. Hawthorn defenders weren't aware of it. They weren't expecting the pass. And just to sleep for that split second allowed Bruce to get in front. And now the Saints have hit the front with 20 seconds to go, and also that 3-goal breeze in the last quarter.
Earlier this quarter, Hawthorn were in front by 3 goals. Mitchell scrambles one forward, 24 seconds left from the scramble. Hartung on his left, back inside, sets sail, gets quite a bit on it, just offline. So the Saints have 10 seconds left to not turn it over.
So this is going long and wide.
If they know there's 10 left.
Yeah, well, the runners get out there. The runner's gone out on the ground now. He's screaming out at the top of his voice how long to go. If they can find one in the pocket, they'll go short.
Hold it up.
Montagna, there's the long and wide. Rewald's there, McCartan's there, Bruce is there. They all came up for it. Crum was important. 2, 1. I wouldn't be going far. Wherever you're watching this around the land, the Hawks have won their past 15 games in a row here in Launceston. They're the reigning champions. And a team that's coming from 14th last year has them with scores level at the last change and a breeze at their back. Three-quarter time in Launceston. Three-quarter time, Aurora Stadium in Launceston, full house for the Hawks' first of 4 home games here in 2016, and it's edge of the seat stuff. Scores level at the last change, and the Saints coming home with a breeze in the final term. 10-4, 64 apiece.
You just got to love the pressure that the Saints have put on in that term. They were going against the breeze, but they work great. They're young players, so it's exciting. Massive last quarter, because we saw the Hawks were well down last week against the Western Bulldogs and found a way to get over the line. So an exciting last quarter coming up. Let's head down to Ben Dixon.
Thanks, Lynchy. Let's take a look at the Saints in the third quarter, and the stats that matter. They had 45 more disposals in that quarter, so they dominated the ball. We know they've been moving it beautifully, and when they've had the chance, they've gone nice and hard. But 45 disposals is the dominance in terms of possession. And then we want to move to contested. 16 more contested. They've been in and under. They've wanted it first. They want to get it out to the runners. Like, they've got through the Hawthorn defence. But on the flip side of that, the Hawks did have 5 more inside 50s, but they did have the win. So is that going to be a deciding factor in this one? If the Saints can apply the same game plan they've brought to 3 quarters, they'll win this game of footy. Nice and sharp through the middle, use the wind, and obviously capitalise and walk away with 4 here at Launceston.
Yeah, run and gun, and then control the ball by foot. They got better as that quarter went on. They can't afford to turn the ball over, especially around 50, 60 metres out from goal. That's where Hawthorn just go, get their slingshot footy going the other way. So they've got to control the ball. They can't take speed out of the game. They still need to score, still need to get on the board to win this one.
So we're into the middle. So is it a quiet day so far? Maybe it's a big last quarter for the Hawthorn superstar.
Just a 4-kick afternoon so far for Rioli. Back in the middle, scores level. Final term underway. Segler down. Stephen the clearance, and it's a bomb. 60 metres to McCartan, who read it magnificently.
He read it very well. Everyone else in that pack were 2 metres under it, and he's taking essentially an uncontested mark, but good strong hands. And now, again, another one of the Saints youngsters goes back with an opportunity to put the Saints in front by 6 points at the early stages of this first quarter. Great start. Here it is. Just Frawley his focus was to hold Bruce under the ball, so he didn't watch the ball as much, but get his opponent out.
19 years of age, playing just his 9th game, and he splits the middle, and they lead by a goal.
Love his excitement. He's pumping the air, and all his teammates get around him. And it really was an excellent mark here. You can see Stratton out in front. He identifies Frawley. He thinks that's the drop zone there, but it kept drifting with this wind. Stephen put it up high, and you can just see the effect of the wind there. Just drifts it back, and well judged by Paddy McCartan.
Frawley was just trying to keep his man out of the contest, thinking that Stratton was going to be the one to go up and spoil. So just surprisingly, a lack of coordination from 2 experienced players.
Took 50 seconds for the first of the quarter. Segler down. Hodge, Puopolo. Sicily under it. The ricochet. Weller, hands free. Montagna. Turnover. Smith. Hodge on his left. Keeps it low. Drives it long. Clear behind. It's been perfect conditions all afternoon at Aurora Stadium. And this run of 15 wins in a row here from the Hawks could be about to end before their eyes. That's another monster to the centre circle from the kick in. Montagna out wide. Armitage full of run. Gilbert. He's got Loney over the back. He sits it on Birchall's head. Loney up. Birchall to the front. Kept it in front and got a high.
It was high contact. He tried to slow up Gilbert, but it's still high contact. Birchall had his head over the ball. Not a lot in it, but it's a free kick.
Johnston. Stratton. Now the Hawks have to build into this breeze. Smith out of trouble, but he makes it Birchall's problem. Back to Smith, being hunted down by Loney. Stratton got his arms free just. Geary knocks it out. Ross slams it back inside 50, just over Bruce's head. O'Brien turned into trouble. Gone.
Huge tackle from Weller. And that's his job in the team. Plays that small defensive forwards role. But what has been good in the time he's been playing that role, he's also impacted the scoreboard, which is essential. So we've seen him attack the ball on a couple of occasions, and he gets the opportunity to kick a goal here.
Everybody takes a breath. Can they punch this margin out to 2 kicks? The difference. Mav Weller. Never in doubt.
Well, they're getting excited in the stands. Predominantly down here we see a majority of the supporters are Hawthorn supporters, plenty of Saints supporters, and they're really excited.
And they're all down the end, Lynchy, where St Kilda are kicking in this quarter. So if they can lock it in there, they're going to build some good emotion around this contest, some excitement. And that's a great tackle, isn't it, in the end?
Ball and all, pinned the arms, didn't go high, and drives him back into the ground. And that is first-class execution. He had the confidence to go back and just slotted one. Just nice little easy kick from 48 metres. And Clarko has got some headaches now.
Hickey up high. McAvoy now with the responsibility. Hickey might get his own clearance. A little too slick with the handball. Shields dumped. Reebok. Lee, good smother, Mitchell. Bruce pounces, no one in the square, back to Mitchell, still no one in the square. Smith sizes them up, directly out, and blows the chance.
Couple of misses now, Isaac Smith, Luke Hodge, open goal square.
And again,
he's just urging them on, isn't he, Clarko?
From behind the ball, Smith coming to get involved, but more often than not, we see him take those chances. Savage got no options, little movement.
He drives it long. Burgoyne under it. Ross got a good fist on it, but dangerous spot to hit it. Little fumble, Langford. Mitchell, surely, and he blows it.
He kicks it out in the full. Extraordinary from Sam Mitchell.
And they are away here, wasting no time. That's been the modus operandi all afternoon. Armitage back. Montagna. Bouncing ball, good attack, McCartan. Sensational handball to Nunes, who busts a 60-metre bomb to half forward. Frawley keeps it in front. Templeton, Frawley.
And good work from Loney. He was he was a lot shorter than the opponents in that marking contest, but just did enough. Here it is, big jump over Stratton. Just did enough to spoil the contest and force Frawley to spoil it over the line. And from a St Kilda point of view, you'd come watch this every day of the week. This is exciting football, what they're putting on, and they've put themselves in a real position to knock over the best team in the comp.
We've just seen up the top of screen, boys, ground balls 23 in favour of the Saints. It's normally Hawthorn that are the ones mopping up and leaving you in their afterburners, but the Saints have done it so well today.
Tackle Rioli, strip Stephen. Lewis, Mitchell. Rioli hits it in front and got high.
He looked like he was side on, actually. But the free kick, here it is. He turns his body. It was on the shoulder. He'll take that one, though, Cyril.
The umpire did call advantage, you went, but he gave them an out.
8th possession for Rioli, finds Gunston. Not a lot of room in the forward line to kick into. Lewis, pocket, almost raked it in on Templeton.
And that's Sam Mitchell's up to 38, 28 handballs, 10 kicks. 28's the most handballs he's ever had in a game of footy. 26 was his previous PB.
Good tackle by Smith on Nunes.
Well, the next hawk in line is 18 disposals to Grant Birchall. So that just goes to show how well Mitchell has played in this game today.
That sweepers roll across half-back.
There they are right there. Birchall, Lewis, Smith, Hodge. They're the disposal winners for Hawthorn today. Look at that by Luke Hodge, 20 more.
Wow. Ideal in this last quarter. They'd like Sam Mitchell to get that ratio of kick the handball a little bit more towards the kicks. Outside that last shot we always see that he's such a precise kick.
Hartung breaks free, boundary. Tough spot, drifts across. Sicily with a couple to beat, the hero from last week. Can he do it again?
Post got a good workout then.
Yeah, big wobble.
Yeah.
Still going. I saw another Hawthorn player break a post.
Play on, not 15. Gunston comes at Dempster.
Oh, no way!
That was 20. And now he doesn't play ball. Lewis turns it around the body.
Oh, is that a man?
Can you believe it?
No, I can't, Dwayne. No, I can't.
No, well, we all have bad days. Umpires had a shocking couple of seconds there. 2 play-ons, then a miss dropping the ball. Have a look at this one. Montagna, that's 15. And then this one, over the cut grass. That's spot on 15, I would have thought.
That's your mowing strip 15. That's dropping the ball then.
That's
and then
a goal.
we get the goal. So it was all happening in that passage of play, but Hawthorn, as they do, lucks of fortune, and they stay alive.
Well, just reinforces there's plenty to go in this game.
Yeah, but you can see that. Plenty to play for as well.
Rui not happy. Young fella.
That's Andrew Stevens talking to Nick Reward out there umpiring with Lee Fisher and Troy Pennell. What a moment. Could that be the momentum changer? Gilbert with a dumping tackle too high. Hawthorn 3. Momentum has changed.
And it's on the kickouts where they're calling not 15. Whether it is or isn't, it's just a natural call from the umps.
Rioli's inside 50. Good pluck, Dempster.
An important one. Just got to weather the storm now. Under siege from this super club.
Well, they'll be making sure their kicks go 15.
Yeah. Well, you go long down the line, wouldn't you? You'd be nervous back here.
Rewald.
Again, that's not 15.
And so that's the point, in fact, because that was shorter than the other two where Hawthorn's kick a goal.
That was 9 metres.
Yeah.
Same umpire. Short. Langford cuts it off. Good spoil from Savage. Armitage, and again they're brave. Taking it on down the middle. Big crunch. Geary's almost out to it. Rewald slams it wide. Geary has not moved. It sits on its edge. And it's deliberate.
They're signalling to the bench just to stop the game. Geary's down. And realistically, they should stop the game. Trainers got Geary. He's there.
Well, he looks concussed. They've played on here. They've allowed it to run. It's 17 on 18.
Now they've stopped.
Yeah, he's looked like the point of the shoulder. It was accidental. Point of the shoulder. Got Geary on the chin. And that's what has caused him to be down. He doesn't look great.
They got the stretcher down here, boys, just next to me. So I'm not sure whether they're going to use it. He's to his feet, as we can see. But there had to be some good contact here. Bang, the shoulder.
Shoulder right onto the chin to seeing a few stars.
3 points the margin. Play continues to roll. Short to Mitchell. Short to the top of the 50. Gunston too far out to score, you would think.
And to block up these holes in the corridor.
Every player on the ground is ahead of him. He sits it up. McAvoy comes hard. Big fist. Bruce! Misses.
They are the best front and square team in the competition by a mile. All over the ground, Hawthorn. They perform that skill so well every single week.
And it's good when you've got a big ruckman like McAvoy just charging like a freight train at that contest.
Big ball this for Billings, and he got there. McCartan through his hands. Big moment that. Litherland. Turnover. McCartan makes some bends. Templeton 1-2 with Weller. Drives it down the line. Rewald forward now. O'Brien, the steal, the go, the caught, the gone. Play on. Slammed forward by Rewald. Not a lot home for the Saints. Nothing home for the Saints. Hodge.
Now they're away here.
Smith. He's got his runner outside or inside. Hartung. He's got his runner outside. Howe. Waits for it. Oh, bang! And Lee Fisher cuts him some slack there.
It's a marginal call there. Just see this handball, because it's hit the ground, just makes Howe stop. Yeah, probably didn't have prior opportunity to get that handball away. Fair enough, good decision.
It's evolved into a cracker, this one. Langford drives it long. Gunston's in a 1-on-2. Savage. Gunston, the old teammate, flicks it to Fisher. Almost caught Dempster. Stolen back by Sicily. Bruce, it opens up. Amazing. Hawks are back in front.
They're a good side. They are an outstanding side. The pressure of the tackle on Savage could have been an incorrect disposal free kick here. We see Savage run back with the ball, but the defensive pressure from Gunston gets it out just a handball. But again, a wave of players. Sicily quick hands, and then Bruce just the composure around the body. And they just won't go away, the Hawks. They never have. Richo shattered.
They are unrelenting. They are close to unbeatable here. And they're back in front by 4 points, but the Saints had the breeze. Gilbert, Bruce. Mitchell with the protection for Duray. Back to Mitchell. Possession 41.
There's the PB.
Howe sits it on Hodge. And he landed like a cat. And the kick, he pulled it last second. Gunston out wide. The hero from last week fumbles at Sicily. Savage to Weller. And a good grab out of side by O'Brien. Back into the team this week. What a moment for him. First game for over a year. Hodge, he gave that.
Yeah, sold him in the trouble.
And he had no prior though, did he?
No, that's the old team prior. I don't think that's a free kick. He had no prior opportunity.
Some bizarre decisions in this final term.
You can't have prior opportunity if you've taken half a step.
No.
But I think what they're paid here, have a look here. Is this prior opportunity?
Oh, he's trying to fend off, I suppose.
Oh, I don't know what other opportunity he had, but
No.
yeah, no, fair enough.
Gee, in real time. Rewalt reaches in. Billings. Gilbert. Weller. They're still taking it on, the Saints.
They've done this well.
Gilbert long. Backing back. Pocket just over Templeton. Still 10 minutes left.
That quick hands in congestion for both teams, really. They're prepared to knock 3 or 4 handballs, then get out into space. Important forward 50 stoppage for the Saints.
The Hawks are the gold standard, and the Saints have matched them all afternoon. Can they do it for the last 10? Lewis, outstretched hand. Minchington, Bruce, slung, got a kick away that landed a metre. Shields. Saints have the numbers on the wing. Dempster, Savage, shows some poise.
They've got 3-on-1 on the far side, so go short.
Fisher, Akers, run down almost. Just got his kick. McCartan crashes it. We want the hand off. Templeton! Post. This is phenomenal.
It is. Great, exciting footy. They're under pressure now, the Hawks.
Howe wrapped up. Well, he had no prior either. 3 points the margin. 9 minutes left. Bruce doing some ruck work against him. Segler. Lewis, hands free. Mitchington, little knock on. Lodi hit him in the forehead, goes to ground.
Might be worth checking with Ben Dixon. How is the breeze? Is it still a 2 or 3 goal advantage left of screen?
Yeah, clearly 2 or 3. I mean, the Saints have just struggled to obviously get it a little bit deeper in there, but they've got an advantage here, there's no doubt, and I think the crowd are starting to feel it.
Rioli. Burgoyne. The wise heads with the game on the line. Game 299 for Sean Burgoyne. And he drives it long. Segler up early, and Savage read it to perfection. Bounces it to Armitage. Mitchell comes at him. Pops the pass over Sinclair. Lewis. Takes on Sinclair. Danced around the kid. Shields.
That's it, hold top.
Segler. Good spoil, Bruce. Gilbert, they don't argue. Dempster. Armitage. Caught by Shields. Lee attacks it. Was attacked. Langford inside. Missed Burgoyne. Went back and got it. Handball smothered. Savage. Nunes. Lee. Hawks have numbers back. O'Brien. Good collect. Lewis. Frawley. Birchall, and he's got a spare man wing. Langford.
Dicko, what's it like at ground level there? They just seem to be outnumbering a little bit more now, Hawthorn around congested and loose balls.
Yeah, they're just setting up the... I mean, here's an opportunity now, but Gunston's obviously just beaten Fisher. They're setting up a perimeter, so they're keeping the piece of the ply nice and small, and here we go.
Puopolo to Bruce, and this for a 2-kick margin.
I think it was Fisher that tried to spoil it over the line. He left his opponent. They were 3-on-1 there. If he killed that over the line for a stoppage, it all slows up. He just missed it, and the ball flows through. And once again, the Hawks have an opportunity to stretch this lead out.
It drifts, and it's still only a kick in it.
And unusually, they miss again, the Hawks.
Players look at the scoreboard, they say 20 minutes elapsed. Geary still on the bench.
Setting up down the middle.
He drives it. Bruce up from 4 deep. Gets it to the deck. Birchall. He ran into a gang tackle. Shields, McAvoy, Frawley. Sends it wide. Gunston in a 1-on-3. Rioli up, got hands on it. Hits the back. Akers stripped. Holding the ball. Is that play on advantage?
Oh.
Well, the umpire brings it back. He decides that, no, I'm not going to let it roll.
I'm not sure why that is not play on, because
He just didn't call it. The umpire hadn't called play on advantage, so therefore he's still in control of that situation.
Puopolo. The margin's at 4 points to make it 10, and they just keep raising the bar.
They keep finding a way, and as we said, they were so good last week over the Western Bulldogs to come from 19 points down to 3/4 time. Here they just weighed a number. Cyril, it looks like it was his time to take a big hang, and here's the defensive pressure again. There was a play on call, well, no play on call, sorry. The Hawthorn players elected to play on, but called back, luckily for them. Probably unfortunate for the Saints.
Gunston definitely tries to pass that.
Oh, yeah. Great
Saints,
conversion.
yeah, they have to respond now. This centre bounce is critical. 6 minutes on the clock.
He's just tuned in. They've got the breeze. The Saints. Birchall blocks back. Mitchell, possession 42.
Poor hit out. Poor hit out from Hickey. He just needed to do that better.
Billings to steal. Can he hit a chest? Centres it. McCartan off hands. Bruce. Sinclair.
Oh, they're away.
They've got the goal.
Oh.
Templeton. 4 points in it.
Great response. You're spot on when you called it, Jono. Wasn't a great hit out from Hickey because Birchall was the spare across centre-half back.
Yep.
Well, probably the issue was St Kilda had to send someone up to the square, but regardless, they got the ball back. It looked like McCartan was going to take that mark. Stratton just gets a bit of body pressure on. And now, quick hands again, out the back. The young local, Templeton, slots one through again.
Let's see what this next centre bounce brings us then, Lynchy, whether they've worked it out structurally on the back. Birchall still coming off the back. There is a St Kilda player not far from him, but it's more about where Hickey's going to hit this to his midfielders.
The new attacking St Kilda. Hickey in the ruck. Straight down, Armitage. Back, no free, no mark. Sinclair. Ball hits the carpet. O'Brien back there to stop it. He shoved on it.
Well, maybe he picked it up, but he's taken possession of the ball.
But I like the way Bruce just sat on him, put his arm in there, old school style.
Yeah. Appealing to the umpire.
Free kick's been found. It's Hawthorn's ball.
Yeah, Hickey's just reached across the shoulder of McAvoy. Smith wants this.
And he gets it.
Good close up.
Smothered by Minchington. Tucked into the pocket. Centering kick. Bruce! Hands on it. Couldn't mark it. Hartung. Birchall. Hodge and Rewald, the two captains.
Great matchup.
Well, that wasn't smart, the handball from McAvoy to Smith. We could see it at the top of the grandstand.
It was well done, wasn't it?
St Kilda read it well.
Yeah, Mitchington was the one who came forward to put that smother on. Then a good centering kick.
Savage. 4.5 minutes left. Will he drive it long?
Rewald's down there.
Rewald's there. Bruce is there. McCartan can't get the run at it. Offhand, Stephen caught by O'Brien. Slipped the tackle, got it back. Nunes, crunch, Burgoyne. Super tackle, Langford. Big kick this, and it's turned over Lee. 4 minutes left. And he spanks it in McCartan's direction. Oh, baby! Welcome to the big time, Paddy McCartan.
Oh, what a grab! Now that's a genuine pack of some very, very good defenders. That's a massive catch.
Now he's got to settle down. The heart rate will be up. He'll be pretty pumped about this. All his teammates got around him. Now he needs to settle it down, back to routine to try and put this one through the big sticks for the Saints.
What a moment for Paddy McCartan. That's what he has ahead of him. It'll bend. Not enough.
He's probably off the boot. He probably felt he hit it at the right spot.
3 minutes 22 left.
You've got to convert the Saints. Obviously still down by 3 points.
Frawley. To a one-on-one out wide. Good mark, Gunston.
Yeah, that's a good mark. That is a really important one-on-one grab.
They just keep finding a way, the Hawks.
Wait for McAvoy to go down the line.
Yeah, good control by Gunston.
Big pack, McAvoy up, hands on it, spoiled. From the hustle. Savage did well, kept it running. Handball to the back of Weller. Duray attacked him. Billings left it behind. The pressure intensifies.
He fumbled at Billings, but he didn't let the Hawthorn player in Gunston get away. Good tackle, good follow-up.
Hickey down, Armitage. Lewis. Hodge. Gunston. Langford got it up, and Smith off and running. There's no one to kick to. Has to wait for the cavalry to arrive. Hands to Sicily. Run down by Akers.
That was well done. Pioplo screaming out, just saying, put it out in front in the 50, and I'll back myself to go past Tom Lee. But he didn't get the kick.
Hickey, McAvoy. Kick smothered. Hartung left it behind. Smith goes back in. Precious seconds tick down.
Rewalt there. Will he go third man up? He's done it a bit in this second half of the game.
Yeah, but Lewis, his defensive side, don't hit it straight to him. That's what they can't do.
Armitage. Hickey. Rewalt, Mitchell, another possession. Shields. Bouncing ball. Sicily attacks it. Savage got there ahead of him. This is the moment for the Saints. Can they run it the whole length? Ross looks up. They run, they peel. Hodge gets back. Nunes with him. Hodge. Nunes. Stevens stripped him. Hodge paddles it out. Lewis. Just in time. Duray heads wide. Smith. Boundary line. 1 minute 30 left.
Well, Hodge turned at the right time, didn't he? Going back with the flight of the ball, turned to make that spoil effective, so he didn't give away the free kick, not looking at the ball.
Spot on. Great work from the Hawthorn skipper.
Billings had a piece of it. Mitchell again and extracts a kick. Akers takes possession. 4 metre kick. Back in the congestion. Shields played for the free. Wasn't given.
Did he get taken by the foot from Hickey?
Oh.
Umpires don't want to give away any soft free kicks here.
Just over a minute to go.
Third man up. Lewis stumps it. Akers front spot. Rioli almost stripped it. Then he wraps up Rewalt.
So close to the final. So interesting from Lewis to try to knock it clear there. They're the team that's up by 3 points.
Well, Hawthorn have got the spare back, so may come into play.
Hickey slams it. Big leap. Frawley knocks it down. Birchall This could be the game. He crumbed it. Duray, Frawley, the smother, still in the middle. Crowd roaring.
Oh, they're out.
And they are out. Armitage. McCartan in a one-on-one. Good hassle. McCartan knocks it out just in time. Ross dragged down. Stratton did well. Good attack. Birchall. Legs were taken.
Yeah, that's the dive, taking the legs out. 3 years ago, that was great play, going lower and harder, but you cannot do that now. You think they'd take seconds off the clock. They're too good, Hawthorn. They can't give it up from here.
15-14. Hickey rises, Fisher front spot. It hits the deck. Hickey caught, dragged to the line. 3 seconds left.
What a great contest.
Been great all day.
For a 16th win in a row here in Launceston. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, that's why they're one of the great clubs, great teams of all time. St Kilda, young, exciting team, threw absolutely everything at them, yet they found a way against the breeze to hang on. And watch was a fantastic win, 16 in a row down here at Aurora Stadium, and that was one of their finest. And the Saints can go away with a lot of confidence, but also the Hawks will be very, very proud, as would this man. He was the key player out there for the Hawks today. Sam Mitchell's downstairs. Looks like he's just trying to get hold of Sam Mitchell, Brett Dixon.
Thanks, Lynchy. Mitch, enormous game, but Saints took it to you the whole way through. I mean, that's as good a test as you'll get.
Not good for the ticker, is it? All these close games we've been playing, but gee, they're good, aren't they? Like they were really good. I don't think we actually played too badly. They just were really, really good. So, I mean, we would like to be winning by a bit more than that and playing a little bit better, get our own game going. But I mean, you've got to give them credit. They worked really hard, and we had trouble with them today.
That's the 16th win in a row here, and we've also played for the Blue Ribbon Cup, the Hawks and Saints, the 16th time, 16th year. 44 possessions, congratulations. You're the Silk Miller medal, thanks to obviously the game played, which is the Blue Ribbon, in remembrance of the two officers that lost their lives. Silk and Miller, you'd like to say a few words? I'm not sure how many you've won, Mitch. I haven't got to the stats, but it's always a big game between the two clubs.
It is, and I guess sometimes you think footy's life and death, and then when you actually get something like this, you realise that there's people out there that are actually putting their life on the line. So to all the police officers out there that do that for us, thanks very much for what you do and making us feel nice and safe in our houses. So thank you, and really appreciate the award.
Well said, Mitch.
Thanks, Dick.
He's a sensational leader. That's all you can say.
I think we spoke earlier, he's getting better and better every year, and he's a great ambassador, not just for this football club, but for the game. And he was superb out there today. As we said, PB, 44 touches in a superb display, and Hawthorn just keep getting the job done.
There's his journey there of 44 disposals. What an effort, consistently across the entire game. But it was the second quarter where he really lifted his rating there, Lynchy, to get things going. I tell you what, they were rapt to have their skipper back into the lineup as well. And Dicko, you've been able to get a hold of him.
Thanks, Jono. I mean, Hodgie, you come back in. It's never going to be a walk in the park. He started a half back, and they've had to throw you in the middle late in that quarter. But they just kept coming every time. I mean, that run-and-gun game, they took it to the Hawks, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly right. I was just talking to Rory then. It's just the belief they got within one another. You can sort of see they're all on the same page. It's a good young team that are obviously driven. You can tell by the way they play today. They stick to their game plan, and look, they probably almost should have taken us off towards the end.
That's a Hawthorn style, though, isn't it? I mean, you've got some young kids that have come into the side, but late in games, it must frustrate so many opposition clubs. You just know how to get over the line.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of it's luck, I think. The way we haven't been great the last couple of weeks. We've let a few goals slip when we probably shouldn't have, but as you said, look, you need these close games to it helps towards the end of the season. So it's good we're getting some experience into some younger guys who have just been waiting for the last couple of years. So it's good on both counts. And another win down here at Tasmania. We've got great support down here, and they just don't like it this close.
Everyone thought Clarko was playing funny buggers with Luke Hodge only missing a couple of games with the arm. No dramas with the recovery.
No, it was only the traffic on the way to the airport. A couple of trucks decided to have a collision and we were directly behind it. So, look, it's pulled up pretty well and been able to train for the last couple of weeks, so it was no risk coming into it.
I mentioned the young guys coming in. It's about the system, isn't it? Because you lose a soldier, you gain a soldier in a way, but is it that sound you feel as good as you have in the past few years and the confidence of the young kids coming through?
I think the wins like this give the young guys confidence. We've been around for a while, so we've been on the end of some losing, some winning ones, but you really believe, or you really get belief when you have those close wins, you stick to structures. The young guy, T.O., goes down the back line in the last quarter and has a couple of crucial intercepts. It's the close games where they play well and do the right things where they get belief.
Just finally, we guess every game here what sort of a breeze that is. 2 or 3 goals, 4 goals, what is it?
I wouldn't have a clue, mate, but maybe a couple, but I'll leave you guys to discuss that.
Thanks, Hodgie. Go and enjoy it.
See you, mate.
Well, absolutely brilliant from Luke Hodge. What a performance. Come back from the broken arm, a couple of weeks early from all reports, Lynchy, and to play the way that he did, he's just such a strong character and leader for this club.
And he mentioned Tim O'Brien coming into the side, how he had a couple of critical touches late.
T.O.
So it took me a while to actually work through the list to think who is that. But Sicily as well, you know, their stars stood up. Mitchell, Lewis, Birchall, Hodgie was very good as well. But Cyril Rioli, I mean, he had a quiet day, but wasn't needed today because a number of his younger players were able to step up, and when really needed, they executed. There was a few errant shots at goal in that last quarter, but they got the job done.
If you just joined us, Saints led by 2 goals in the final term, and then there was a little momentum change with a decision in the Hawthorn forward pocket. Let's roll it in because this will be talked about a bit in the coming week. That looked like 15, not called 15. That looked like ball, not called ball. And the goal.
And I think it started from the Montagna kicking as well that wasn't paid as 15. So there was 2 of those, and that decision has ended up in a Lewis goal, and that's just heartbreaking for the St Kilda fans. But as we said a couple of times during the call, you'd be more than happy to front up every week to see that young St Kilda side go about it the way they went about it. And that was a really aggressive defensive game. But when they got the ball off half-back, they just took off, ran extremely hard, played an exciting brand of football.
And, of course, the Blue Ribbon Cup. The ribbon's being handed out to the victorious Hawthorn players, and it's a great initiative by the Hawthorn Football Club, St Kilda Football Club, and the AFL, of course, before they head in for the sign. Alistair Clarkson, one of the great coaches of all time. In fact, no modern-day coach, no coach since the 60s has coached 5 premierships. He could do that this year. He's got 4 to his name now. Jock McHale, of course. They'll wait for Alistair Clarkson. Jock McHale with 8. And there's the presentation in the Saints room as well. But he is iconic now, Alistair Clarkson, the way he leads not just his club, but this sport.
Yeah, great game of footy this afternoon. The Hawks find a way, 16 in a row down at Aurora Stadium now. And the Silk Miller Cup goes back to the Hawks. Alistair Clark.